is 6 o'clock at the MJ Morning Show. MJ and the crew here. I am looking at our little Life 360 program. It's the little family tracker deal where, we track each other just so we know where the kids are. We know where each other happen to be.
All right.
So I'm tracking Michelle right now. She is at Tampa International Airport. That is a good thing. So she is at the airport. Looks like she's running a little late, though, because she does have to check a bag. I learned something new yesterday. Yeah, so here's the deal. I found out in this particular instance, what's acceptable to carry on the airplane versus what you cannot carry on the airplane, talking about a particular item. So Michelle is at Tampa International Airport, my lovely wife, because she's flying up to Manhattan quickly here to help Julian move into his new dorm room. So he was able to stay in his freshman dorm all summer because he was up there doing a summer production class. And he has to move out because he's in a freshman dorm and he is moving into a new dorm. And here's where a couple of complicated matters here. He's supposed to get an email that his new dorm is ready to move into today. Now, he did not get the email yet. So the email is supposed to be there by 12 noon today. Yeah, fingers crossed. Hello, hopefully so, because Michelle is literally getting on an airplane in a short amount of time to fly to New York City, to LaGuardia, to help Julian move. And we're sitting here on a wing and a prayer that this email with his go-ahead, his green light to move into his new dorm is going to happen by 12 noon today. So that leaves us 5 hours and 57 minutes, essentially, for the email to arrive. What if Michelle just flew to New York for naught?
I mean, she can get some pizza. She can go to the Statue of Liberty.
Okay.
Do a little shopping.
Yeah.
Catch a show.
Sure.
There's plenty to do.
Catch a show. That's great. So Julian is supposed to move into his new dorm today, but they don't have the email yet. And, of course, we made these plans. They were told that he would get an email by 12 noon today. They were hoping that the email was going to come yesterday. But, again, there's no email. She's getting on an airplane. I also found out this, because Julian's new dorm is going to have a kitchenette, which is kind of cool. So they're going to have a little stove. They're going to have, whatever the little kitchenette has. So Michelle is bringing up some pots and pans. For Julian, seriously, because Chloe had some stuff left over from her college, and of course Chloe graduated back in December, so we have some pots and pans. So Michelle's bringing the pots and pans up, and she's like, "Hey, can you carry on pots and pans on the airplane?" I'm like, "Yeah, I would imagine so." So I said, "Hey, Michelle, let me try something new that I heard about. It's called the Google." And let me just type in, I typed in, "Can you bring pots and pans on an airplane?" And then little thing pops up. The TSA allows you to bring pots and pans on airplanes, in your carry-on baggage, with the exception of...
A skillet? Like a big cast iron skillet?
That is correct.
Really?
That is 100% right, yes.
I was going to say, the pots and pans, they're not really considered weapons except in cartoon world when you bonk somebody over the head with one.
I have that.
I know you do.
I have that sound effect. That sounds like, that's the metal skillet over the head right there. That's from the Hanna-Barbera sound effects library. That's one of my favorite sound effects of all time. Yeah, so you can bring pots and pans on, you just can't bring a cast iron skillet because they consider a cast iron skillet a weapon. All right, so you can bring on a stainless steel, like all-clad frying pan.
No problem.
And that's a heavy item. Yeah. I mean, we have all-clad. All of our cookware is all-clad. And I'm going to tell you right now, the bulk of our cookware is from 1994 when we got married, and it is still used every single day. So I recommend all clad. I do. Man, we have had this stuff. We cook with it every day. You imagine, we have the same pots and pans for over 30 years. I mean, we've added a couple of pieces here and there, and I have no problem spending, the little extra money that all clad costs because this stuff lasts. But the point is, I'll grab an 8-inch or a 10-inch all clad frying pan, and I got to be honest, as far as a weapon goes, I don't know what the hell the difference is between that and a cast iron skillet. So,
right? It seems like you could still do as much damage.
Yeah, a good clock to the head.
Fester, are you looking at Broadway shows right now?
Just in case. Just in case.
What show do you want her to see?
I can get her orchestra seats for Wicked tonight for $189.50.
That's a good show.
Yeah. I mean, Book of Mormon tickets still are available right now.
We already saw that.
Okay, well, I'm just saying I don't know this.
We saw a number of shows when we did our time up in
Have
Manhattan.
you seen Hamilton?
You know what? I never really wanted to see Hamilton.
Why? It's a great play.
I never just didn't
Didn't speak to you.
Nah, didn't talk to me. Didn't call me. Didn't go, hey, come here.
It
come
doesn't
here.
talk.
Come see me. Come
It's a
see
musical.
Me. Yeah. I just didn't have an interest. Maybe I have some personal reasons. I just never went to see Hamilton.
What do you have beef with one of the actors?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I do.
Lin-Manuel Miranda and MJ don't get along very well.
Right. Maybe I got a little beef. Anyway.
What, were you a big Aaron Burr fan? Were you rooting for him?
So I'm looking at the Life 360. It looks like, let's see. It looks like she might be getting...
She might be available to go to the...
Up, she's on the tram.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. She's about to go through security.
The tram is moving at 17 miles an hour.
Wow.
Does that tram... Yeah, I guess it does.
Sure.
Yeah, because our Life 360... It also tells us the speed at
Gauge
which
of
you're running.
Yeah.
And I just saw the tram. The tram just hit 17 miles an hour going from, the main terminal building to the airside that she's going to. So now it looks like she's on the other side. And now she's getting ready to go through airport security. She's TSA pre-check, so hopefully that'll be a little bit of a breeze.
Speaking of
but she's not flying breeze.
Oh, she's not flying breeze.
No, she's not flying breeze.
Speaking of airport security, I read a story yesterday that they are going to allow us to have something bigger than 3 ounces because they're developed
in 25 years.
in 16 years from now, that technology will be rolled out.
Well, here's the problem. The technology has been installed in many airports. These new scanners that they have, you'll see these like long tubular scanners now, look like big jet engines or something. And that system was supposed to allow us to bring in liquids greater than, what is it, 3 ounces? 3.4 ounces?
Is it 3.4 or 3?
I think it's like 3.4 ounces. Is what you're... Hey, look it up real quick. What is the... look it up. Hurry up.
Yeah, I'm too busy looking at Broadway tickets.
Geez,
how crazy would it be if Michelle goes to New York and sees MJ the musical?
Yeah, great. That's great.
And Married to You. $193, like 10 rows back.
All right, so what is the amount?
It is 3.4 ounces.
Okay, 3.4 ounces is what you're allowed. So this new technology, which not all airports have, these new scanners, they say there's some kind of software issue, and they're not able to allow us to bring in liquids greater than 3.4 ounces yet. The new system was supposed to allow that, but they're having some software issues, and now they're saying that they'll have the software issues figured out like in 2040 or so. I mean, it's like, what?
Yeah. 16 years from now, they'll have that solved.
What? What the hell are you saying?
They can pinpoint it to that day. Hey, MJ, I have to tell you something. I found out an interesting piece of flying trivia.
Okay.
Would you like to hear it on the other side of the break?
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
See if you know this.
I'm going to get quizzed by Roxanne next. First, traffic on the MJ Morning Show. Here's Pat. Back in minutes. The MJ Morning Show. This is Q105. Oh, my God, $900? Oh, she should do it. Hang on. Let me call Michelle. Michelle's at the airport. $900 offer. And you never raise your hand. You let them.
Hello?
Hey, $900?
Yeah.
And you don't raise your hand. I mean, I don't know if you're traveling with a bunch of amateurs.
He went from $800 to $900 within like 10 seconds.
Yeah, oh, yeah. But you do not jump right away. So, folks, Michelle at Tampa International Airport right now. You got the MJ Morning Show. Hey, everybody, 6:22 in the morning. What is this, Thursday morning? Oh, big news on the MJ Morning Show inflation smasher coming up in just a second. So, if you heard the opening of the show, Michelle's at the airport flying up to help Julian move into a new dorm, but we don't have the email saying it's go time just yet, so that's kind of a gamble. So, Michelle, your flight to LaGuardia is oversold, so they initially came out with an $800 cash offer?
Oh, no, it was lower than that initially, but when I walked up to it at $800, and then very quickly, within like a matter of seconds, went to $900.
All right, because,
And
folks,
I don't even think it's just a Delta credit. I think you said something like you could spend it however you want, and he was like, Amazon.
yeah, a lot of times they give you a gift card or something, or a Visa or something, I think, is what I've heard. Now, again, folks, don't be a traveling amateur when they offer, and you can have, boneheads that spoil it for everybody, but when they initially offer for you to give up your seat in exchange for compensation because they're oversold, you never just, me. You wait, because sometimes these go to like $2,000, $4,000. We've had stories about like $5,000 offers or more to give up your seat because they're oversold. So the question is, Michelle, did people then race up to take how many passengers were they looking for?
They needed more than one, but that already gotten some, and so that one person, I guess, got $900 because he's not making the announcement anymore.
Oh, wow, yeah, so I guess they got their takers to take a later flight in order for some compensation. All right, so Michelle's at the airport. You were running a little late this morning, so I'm glad you're.
I wasn't running late.
Well, you said you wanted to leave the house by 5:30, and I was watching. You didn't leave the house till like 5:45.
I have built-in buffers.
And then you had to check a bag. Was it easy to check the bag, or was there? I guess it wasn't a line.
Easy. No.
All right.
No line at Delta. Very easy.
Okay, and you checked the cookware, or you're carrying the cookware on?
Oh no, cookware came right through. No questions asked.
All right, so you're okay bringing the cookware. So you're carrying on the cookware.
Yeah, it's my pilot's bag. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and of course we spoke about this during the opening of the show that you can bring pots and pans on the airplane. So you can bring pots and pans through TSA as carry-on luggage. You just can't bring a cast iron skillet. And this is what I find a little odd, Michelle, is that really what's the difference between one of our 10-inch all-clad stainless steel frying pans versus a cast iron skillet? Really, what's the real difference if you clunk somebody over the head with it?
I don't think much. But I gotta run.
What do you mean you got to run?
Oh, we're getting ready to board.
All right, well, listen, are you gate lice? You hanging out? Are you there to push people out of the way so you can board early?
Yeah.
Are you faking some kind of physical ailment to board early?
No, I can never do that.
Do you need extra time? You're traveling with children, or is that just when you're traveling with me?
That's with you.
All right,
Extra time required for you to buckle you in.
But still, we don't have the you're flying up, and we don't have the email saying that Julian can move into the new dorm.
I'm not worried about it.
What?
I'm not worried about it.
All right, so you think it's going to go off as scheduled?
If it doesn't, I'll just get an extra day in New York.
Yeah, but by the way, Fester was looking for Broadway shows for you in case Julian can't move. Fester's trying to find some Broadway tickets for you to utilize.
Michelle, how ironic they have a Broadway play, MJ, the Michael Jackson story. Huh? Good seats still available for tonight's show in under $200.
Yeah.
Okay, I really got to go. Okay, bye.
All right, bye, sweetie. All right, so Michelle's at the airport getting ready to board. Yeah, MJ the musical. What act do they have the scenes where he's, having the little, fourth graders over for sleepovers?
Yeah.
What act is that in for the Michael Jackson play?
It's Act 3.
Yeah, where Act 3 is where Macaulay Culkin comes over and spends the night in Michael's bed.
It's right after the intermission.
You know what's crazy though is kids of all ages, all generations love Michael Jackson music. When my kids hear like "Man in the Mirror," when they hear any Michael Jackson, they're like, "Oh, turn it up, turn it up."
Wait a minute, "Man in the Mirror" is the song that your kids gravitate to?
It just popped into my head for the last time we were in the car.
Looking at the man in the mirror.
So it speaks to
I'm
his
asking him to change his ways. I tell you, you ought to change your ways and not have fourth graders over for sleepovers.
Look at yourself in the mirror.
Look at the mirror.
What I'm saying is his music, I guess it has a very Pied Pipery element to it where all the little children want to listen and dance along. Hey, MJ, do you still want to hear my trivia, my plain trivia?
Well, you said it was a quiz. Is it trivia or a quiz?
Trivia. She said trivia.
But I'm going to turn it into a one-question quiz for you.
Okay.
I have to say this in a way to kind of trick you and see if you really know the answer to this
Roxanne's
question.
going to try to bamboozle me.
Why don't you just give it to him?
It's the 627 Thursday morning Roxanne Bamboozler. Okay. Go ahead.
I love this segment. Right. How do flight attendants log their time? When do they get paid? You know, how do they?
When the door closes.
Bzz, wrong.
So you don't have the buzzer over there.
Wrong.
So wait a minute. How do flight attendants get paid?
You just gave your answer, and it was.
Hold on. I thought I had read previously that they don't get paid for like the loading and the unloading. I thought I heard that when the plane pushes back or the door closes.
It's not until the plane pushes back. That's when their clock starts. You said when the door closes.
Oh, gee, I was pretty freaking close.
No, there's a difference. There's a difference because the door could shut.
So I just said when it pushes back.
Oh, yeah, as your second answer.
All right. Well,
okay.
Anyway.
But this is interesting. Think about that, MJ. So I was having this conversation with a girlfriend of mine.
But that's the point is that you would think that the flight attendants that are greeting you.
Right.
And yes, Fester.
AI on Google.
Oh, God, the AI Google answer.
Sides with MJ.
Guess what?
My
flight attendant friend.
Whoa! Your flight attendant friend actually, obviously, is talking out of their ass.
No, Google might be.
Look at this. The AI overview from Google. Flight attendants at most major U.S. airlines don't start earning their hourly pay until after the aircraft door closes.
Okay, then we need a flight attendant to call us right now and set us straight because this came about with my friend because I was telling her about that time we got stranded in Miami.
I think your friend's an ass talker.
Well, I think AI might be wrong. I don't think you can believe everything.
Does your friend work for Ass Talker Airlines?
Listen, you ass talker. You're ass talking right now.
Airlines.
Doing what we do best.
Not paying our flight attendants.
I specifically told her my story of getting stuck in Miami. And I said, this guy, I feel like he pulled back from the gate because I said, doesn't the clock start or doesn't it happen that when he pulls back from the gate, it looks like an on-time departure? And she said, it's really more than that. He could have been being a nice guy because when we push back from the gate, that's when we start to get paid.
Okay, ma'am, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I am an Ass Talker Airlines rewards member. Can I please be upgraded to the Dookie seats, please? Because
I want the poop seats. All right, so here's
Somebody's
the deal.
calling. So let's get to the bottom of this.
From listen to this. As far as a pushback goes, this is an industry known fact that if you push back from the gate, that is considered. That's considered an on-time. Hold on, Jim is a pilot. Right, so Jim's a pilot. So here's what I know: if with the major airlines, if you've got a 7:05 flight time, if they push back by 7:05 or at 7:05, that is considered an on-time departure, even if the plane then sits 10 feet back from the jetway.
Yes.
If the plane just sits there for the next 28 minutes, or you sit on the ramp or the taxiway for an hour, if you push back, just left the gate and pushed back, then that's considered on-time departure. All right, so let me.
I'd said that to my friend, exactly what you just said, and she said, well, he may have been doing it to be a nice guy because once you push back, that's when we start getting paid, and we don't get paid until.
All right,
so we're about to find out.
Jim, are you a pilot? Is this true?
Yes, I'm a pilot. Yeah,
Jim, what type of pilot are you?
Airbus pilot.
All right, so you fly for one of the major carriers.
Yeah, and I can only comment on ours.
So you're an Airbus 320 family pilot.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you're certified on the 319, 320, 321 if your airline has that equipment?
That's correct.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, so for our airline, both the pilots and the flight attendants, they get paid once all the doors are shut, including the cargo door, and parking brake released. That sets the clock. And like you said, if you push back, 10 feet, then we're on the clock. We're getting paid.
Yep.
But if there's a door open, then we're not getting paid.
All right, so can we go with once the door closes, or you have to door close and,
Foot off the brake.
and the parking brake released?
That's right. Yep.
So is it
So we're
possible that
kind-
Roxanne's friend and MJ are both correct
Yeah.
and they just kind of juxtapose terms? Maybe the airline attendant.
I mean, it's close. I mean, if you
Yeah.
want to, get real technical, I mean, you can close the door, release the parking brake, and not move, and still you're on the clock.
Yeah.
But, normally when you release the parking brake, you're getting pushed back.
So when you push the parking brake release button, is there a mechanism that starts the tick, 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 tick?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You guys,
And
do you guys yell to each other, "Show me the money" as soon as you hit that release brake?
Are you flying today?
Yeah. I'm getting ready to walk into work right now.
Oh,
Really?
cool.
All right. So Michelle, my lovely wife, if you haven't heard, did you hear Michelle just a moment ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, she's. I don't know which airline you fly for, but Michelle is flying Delta right now.
Yeah, I'm not Delta, but I am going to New York, just not on Delta.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
look for Michelle at LaGuardia if you're going to LaGuardia.
Jim, I want you to know there's
All right,
plenty of opportunities at Ass Talker Airlines. We can use a man like you.
No, I don't think he fits in. He's a straight talker.
Jim, the pilot, are you left seat or right seat?
Right seat.
How long before left seat? What's the plan?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. It's taking forever. That's for sure.
How many years you been a first officer on the Airbus?
5 years.
All right.
Okay, you might have asked your age.
39.
Late 40s. Late 40s.
Oh, late
Cool.
40s. All right.
Awesome.
All right. Hey, call us back when you make captain, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. But hey, thanks for listening.
Thank you
Thanks
for
for calling
calling.
in.
The guy just said it's going to take forever. And you're like, call us back. He's like, yeah, I'll call you in 15 years.
All right, 6:34 at the MJ Morning Show. We're running a little late here because obviously, hey, when someone calls in with good information, I'm going to take the call. All right, early morons in the news next here on the MJ Morning Show. Please stand by. Here we go. Morons of the news on the MJ Morning Show. Just running a few minutes late here. If you know where you typically are in your morning routine when we start Morons in the news, nah, you're not going crazy. I'm right about 4 minutes late because, well, we went long in the previous segment. All right, early morons. Man, good stuff today. Well, depends what you consider good. If you consider a guy ripping off hundreds of thousands of dollars from his school, well, it's a good moron story. It's not a good act what this guy did. Yeah, this is in Hardee County. Where the hell's Fester? Did he go take a nap? Is he sleeping?
You know what's weird is as the music started playing, I saw him walk by, but then he turned and went the other way. So I wonder.
The hell?
Yeah.
Just wandering
Maybe he's
around.
just like, I'll just pass on this morons in the news segment. Okay,
Yeah.
Fester.
And so I saw
Do you?
this a couple of days ago. I saw this story. I just didn't get around to it yet, but it's, I think, important because I think you need to rethink things if you plan on embezzling money from your employer.
You think?
Yeah. This dude has been busted by FDLE, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, as he stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from a high school in Hardee County, which, you know, a little to the southeast of us. Yeah, the Hardee County Sheriff's Office, they got a hold of FDLE because they discovered that there was, some shenanigans. There were some problems with some funds at the school, and they determined that Elvis Raymond Gray, 52-year-old dude from Wauchula. By the way, that's where Michael Jackson's Chimp Bubbles lives, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
In at that little chimpanzee exotic animal preserve,
Primate
right?
sanctuary or something.
Yeah, that's right. Primate sanctuary in Wauchula. So this dude, Elvis Raymond. Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Yeah, Elvis has left the building.
I'm going to steal some money from the school system.
Yeah, Elvis is now in the Hardee County Jail. Elvis has left the building. Oh! All right, so what happened here? The Florida Department of Law Enforcement says that the investigation showed that Gray, Elvis, the only bookkeeper for the school, may have stolen more than $300,000 between 2016 and 2021.
I'm a real hound dog.
Elvis has taken the money, allegedly. Yeah, what smells like Chinese food?
Fester.
It's my new perfume, my new cologne.
No, seriously, what is that?
It's called General Sao.
No, really, what? No,
Eau de
hold on, no,
Sao.
what does that smell?
I don't know. What?
It smells like you're having like an Asian noodle dish.
I do have some ramen and some stir-fried vegetables here, and I'm enjoying them with some soy sauce and some hoisin sauce. My favorite sauce.
Yeah,
Hoisin
so
sauce.
this dude, Elvis, ripped off the school's petty cash fund and I guess was then depositing the money in his own accounts.
Big mistake.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay special agent in charge for the Florida Department of Law Enforcement is Mark Brutinel. He said, the thorough and diligent work of our agents and analysis is the best example of service and integrity that we can give to the youth. What?
The thorough work. He's been doing it for 8 years. The thorough work would have caught him like year 2.
No, well, listen, they were able to put it together, and I mean, it's not the FDLE's fault.
Granted, we've taken almost a decade to figure out that this guy in a county of 15 people has been stealing $300,000.
The FDLE got the case from the Hardee County Sheriff's Office, and it's when they determined something was a foul. You know, once law enforcement found out, then once the school figured out that, you know, something was wrong, then they contacted law enforcement. They were able to forensically put the case together, but they don't know until they get the case.
What's the principal of Hardee County, Hardee High School doing? What is it? He's sitting there and, Ed, the school's bankrupt.
Ed,
we have no money.
Yeah, your timeline beef is with the school.
With Ed.
Not with Ed.
The principal of Hardee High School.
Yeah. And then he had a whole bunch of, well, I better not say that.
I just want you to know I got my one good friend Elvis here in charge of all the accounting.
They booked Elvis into the Hardee County Jail without bond.
How much did you say he stole altogether, embezzled?
They say they believe it to be more than $300,000.
Oh, you can buy a lot of sourdough bread, bacon, peanut butter, and jelly with that much money.
A lot of banana nutter sandwiches. Nutter butter sandwiches.
That was his favorite.
I'm saying,
But-
hey, Colonel Tom Parker.
That's a
Come here.
that's a lot of petty cash.
It's a lot
That's
of
a
money.
lot.
It's a lot of petty cash. Over $300,000 from 5 years span, 2016 to 2021. That's a lot.
I mean, 60 grand in petty cash that could just disappear unnoticed.
Hey, speaking of schools and morons in the news.
Oh, I wasn't done with Elvis yet.
Let's move from Florida.
I was going to make a jailhouse rock joke.
Let's move from Florida to Wisconsin. Do you know who Madison Bergman is? Madison is a teacher who was busted for making out with an 11-year-old kid. And now she wants to get the seal of approval to be around kids again.
Oh, come work with me here at Elvis High School. Oh.
Madison Bergman, the Wisconsin teacher, busted for allegedly making out with an 11-year-old in her classroom.
All right.
Oh, my gosh.
Is asking a judge if it's okay to be around kids again. Now, let me issue a ruling right now. No!
Hold on here.
An attorney for the 24-year-old former teacher, well, at least it's a former teacher, who destroyed her impending wedding when she was charged with first-degree child sexual assault back in May, filed the request to clarify the conditions of her bond. Currently, she's barred from being in any place where children are present. In a file that was recently, or in a motion that was recently filed, her attorney said that she wants to know whether she can visit restaurants and shop at stores where there could be children.
I mean, that's a really vague ruling. You can't go anywhere where there's children.
I mean, how do you monitor that? Let's say you're in a store and no kids, and let's say a kid walks in. What do you have to exit the back door?
Well, what do you have to do? Do you have to do all online shopping from home?
That's crazy. But listen, hopefully she's never in the classroom again. Yeah. She also has filed a motion to dismiss the criminal complaint, and that request is not sitting very well with her former teacher friends at Rivercrest Elementary School in Hudson, Wisconsin. Anyway, can you imagine a teacher making out with an 11-year-old student in the freaking classroom? What the hell?
How'd she get busted? Did someone walk in on them?
I don't know the details on how she was busted, but she was. Listen, a lot of times the kid will say something.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
Because 11-year-olds are known for keeping their mouths shut.
Oh, that's just unbelievable.
I kind of side with the creep.
Why? That you just don't know if you're at a supermarket and a kid walks in?
Yeah. She's not sentenced to house arrest. I mean,
what a bizarre story.
Never keep her in a school. Never make her a teacher again.
Yeah, listen.
Give her jail time, maybe.
I understand what you're saying. I don't know how. If you're out in public, what is she supposed to do if a kid comes into a restaurant, a store that she's in? And I would imagine it's, under 18?
Maybe they should just sort of streamline it and say, hey, you can't be in Chuck E. Cheese. You can't eat at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
You can eat at other restaurants. Yeah. And if kids walk in,
Nope, you gotta leave. Oh, Cracker Barrel, kids walk in, out.
I just saw this. That the little 11-year-old kiss deal,
Kissed and told.
It was discovered when the student's mother overheard her son talking to the teacher on the phone. And then the parents checked the boy's phone and allegedly found salacious text messages between the two.
What a weird.
I mean, what a 24-year-old teacher and an 11-year-old boy, a student. Unbelievable. Man. 6:53 at the MJ Morning Show. 7 o'clock hour starts next. When we get back, there is video that I saw that was unbelievable. There is a car accident video that I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Also, why is Gordon Ramsay on the hunt in Florida? That's right, Gordon Ramsay. You donkey! You're an idiot sandwich! All right, so, hey, try and find that audio bite of him calling people an idiot sandwich. All right, 6:53. So we're loaded next. Don't move. MJ Morning Show here on Q105. My friends... This is kind of fitting with Michelle flying up to New York to help Julian switch dorms today. Hopefully, they're still waiting on the letter saying that Julian's new dorm is ready. It's supposed to arrive by 12 noon today. That's going to suck if Michelle flew up there and Julian's dorm is not ready.
Suck for who?
Yeah, nice little weekend getaway to New York.
Yeah,
What's wrong with that?
Michelle'll be just fine.
It's 7:02 at the MJ Morning Show. I'm excited because Monday morning we start the MJ Morning Show Inflation Buster. Now, there have been some news stories like this week. Oh, inflation is cooling. But you know what's missing? The prices have really not come down. We've had massive inflation. We peaked at a little over 9% of inflation. So this is sort of a misnomer, or it can be a little deceptive that if you hear, oh, inflation is coming down, but the prices aren't coming down. So the actual rate of inflation might be slowing. That's what the government says, if you want to trust them. But have prices come down? No, we're still paying a lot more for crap than we paid just several years ago. So here comes the MJ Morning Show Inflation Buster. And starting around 8 a.m. on Monday morning, we're going to give you a chance to call in, push the button, activate the Inflation Buster cyclotron, and this thing just goes, starts spinning, and then you tell us when to push the button, and then it smashes out this glass box, and then you get to find out how much money that you win with the MJ Morning Show, and it's up to $1,000. And this is going to happen for 2 solid weeks, multiple times a day. Your chance to win up to $1,000 with the MJ Morning Show Inflation Smasher, which begins Monday morning right here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Get excited. Spread the word. You've got a shot to win up to $1,000. And this is a local-only contest. This is only listeners in the Tampa Bay area on Q105. It's not like a national contest.
A little hot inflation talk for you, MJ. We had a CVS about 8 minutes from the house.
I can't wait for your hot Roxanne inflation talk, baby.
I'm going to inflate some stuff and talk about how I was so disappointed when our CVS, it was about 8 minutes from the house, closed. And
so you had a CVS?
Yes, and was going to be replaced by a Dollar Tree. And I was like, this stinks. I liked my CVS. That was my go-to. Did you ever walk in and say, this is CVS? Dun, 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 dun. It was hard not to do that. You have to do that every time you walk in.
This is CVS. I'm Mike Wallace. All right, go ahead.
Hey, that's your daughter's handle, isn't it?
What?
CVS?
Her handle, it's her initials.
Yeah, right.
What do you mean by her handle?
Her breaker one handle.
Breaker one, good morning. This is CVS.
I think on one of her socials, she has her name, and then she puts her initials, and she goes, not the drugstore.
Right.
I'm looking for candy cane. Anybody see candy cane? All right, go ahead.
I was just really bummed when CVS was going away, and then we found out a Dollar Tree. What? I'm so mad. That has become my favorite shopping place.
No kidding.
I love it.
Oh.
I have the best feeling every time I get to the checkout, and my bill is like, a third of what I would imagine it would be.
Well, are you saying that you're happier with the Dollar Tree than you were with CVS?
I love the Dollar Tree. My kids love the Dollar Tree.
Everybody loves Dollar Tree.
When you shop at CVS and Walgreens, those are convenience-priced stores.
Well, this is convenient. 8 minutes away.
But what I'm saying is, CVS and those, they have higher prices. You go to Target and Walmart and get much lower prices on the same stuff.
Listen, I was indoctrinated into a drugstore family. My father worked at Eckerd Drugs for a lot of his career. So we are pro-drugstore, pro-convenience store.
Was he still with Eckerd when they went out of business?
No, he left before that because they had Vision Works was owned by Eckerd Drug Corp. So he took over that.
Was he a victim of Ruth Eckerd when she was prowling the office for gentlemen suitors behind Jack's back?
No.
What? What?
No.
Ruth Eckerd. You didn't hear about that? Jack and Ruth Eckerd?
No.
The founding family of Eckerds?
Right.
Ruth, she would use men in the accounting department, allegedly.
Really?
No. Not the case.
I'm
at
sure
all.
Ruth Eckerd was a saint.
Are you making this up?
Yes, he's completely making it up.
I mean,
yes, there's a Ruth Eckerd Hall, but I'm actually impressed that you knew that Jack Eckerd was the founder. That's pretty impressive.
Don't besmirch the name of Ruth Eckerd.
I think
there is a hall, a big hall that bears her name off of McMullen Booth Boulevard.
There's a college in South St.
I like Ruth Eckerd Hall. I find Ruth Eckerd Hall to be a... Yes?
Its echo is ridiculous.
All right. Listen, I'm simulating the Ruth Eckerd Hall sound.
It has very good acoustics in there, unlike that.
I enjoy a show at Ruth Eckerd Hall.
So, Ruth and Jack. I think when in the 1980s, I met Jack.
Did you really?
And you know what he said?
What?
He says, kid, we have weight loss products, too.
No, he didn't.
I did. I met him. I was like,
are you serious?
I was like a
Where?
They had like a fat fifth grader event.
Anyway,
Jack showed up.
Jack Eckerd from Eckerd Drugs did not tell you that you were a fat kid and you needed to lose weight, did he?
I think when I was in fifth grade, I was nominated for the County Sheriff's Advisory Council, and Jack was the guest speaker, and he's like, "Whoa, you're a big one."
No, he didn't.
Yeah, it was a great.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I got to meet Jack Eckerd.
He really did.
What a small world.
He commented on your weight.
He's like, "Holy crap!"
Did he go boom baba boom baba boom baba?
He's like, "Son, I don't know if you've ever been to a banquet hall before, but eventually they're going to serve dessert. Just pass."
All right. So Michelle's on her plane. I'm looking at the Life 360. Oh man. They are on the taxiway. They're headed for takeoff on 19 left.
Oh, that's great.
Yes. All right. So Michelle's on the way. Hey, speaking of Michelle and travel this morning, I thought this was kind of interesting. If you don't want your luggage to get lost, do not have these 3 colors of suitcases.
I read this story, and this is ridiculous.
Did you just
I'm
process
sorry, but
this?
It's ridiculous.
Did you process this?
So, stay away from these 3 colors of suitcases.
Yes, if you do not want the airline to lose your luggage, avoid these 3 colors. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, this is really helpful, by the way. Super helpful.
Let me guess the first one. I mean, I've seen my fair share of luggage belts at different airports around the country.
Go ahead. What guess?
Yeah, guess.
Black.
That is the first one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Avoid a black piece of luggage as a checked-in bag. Would you like to guess the second color?
I guess is green or like an army green a popular color?
No,
you just blew it.
you
You're
blew
out of
it.
here.
Yeah,
I got the first one.
that was too.
All right.
That was a terrible
All right,
guess.
so that was awful. That was an awful.
I mean, it's so obvious.
Do you know all 3,
Of
Roxanne?
course I do, and I knew them without reading the
All right,
story.
so, Roxanne, what are the 3 colors of luggage that you shouldn't have? Because most bags that get lost are these colors. Go ahead.
Gray.
Whoa.
What? Gray?
I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. That is correct. That is so black,
Yes.
gray.
Gray. And think of another color that might be mistaken for black. Navy blue.
Yeah,
Oh.
those are the 3 colors. So,
And think of colors that luggage comes in.
all right, now let me tell you why this is ridiculous. Because 99% of luggage sold is navy, black, or gray. Yeah, all right. So, all right, here's what you want to do to minimize the chances of your luggage getting lost. You want like traffic cone orange luggage.
Absolutely.
You
Hot
want,
pink.
Yeah, hot pink will work. How about like Gatorade fluorescent green? Yeah, just a little travel tip.
I'm all for those colors. I love those
That's
colors.
idiotic. Hey, I don't know if you can still enter. It goes on for like 10 days. You might be able to still enter. Fester, maybe you can look this up. I asked a question a little while ago. What is Gordon Ramsay? Hey, Andrew, were you able to find any Gordon Ramsay, you donkey?
Like a best of insults or something.
Does he? I don't watch a lot of his TV shows, the Master Chef stuff and, all the stuff that he's done. But how often does he take 2 slices of bread and put it on the ears of somebody on his show and call them an idiot sandwich? Was that like a one-off deal? Or does he do that all the time?
Gordon,
You know what you are? He'll take 2 slices of bread, apparently, and stick it on the side of somebody's head. So he'll take 2 slices of bread and press it against their ears. You know what you are? You're an idiot sandwich. Is that like a one-off deal, or does he do it all the time? I don't know. I don't know enough about Gordon Ramsay. But why is Gordon Ramsay in Florida right now? Any idea?
All right, I have an idea because I saw that they're going to start like the snake hunting.
Yes. Oh, man, look at that.
Oh, wow,
Yes.
Fester.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay is in Florida for the python hunt, which is going on in the Everglades. This is the Burmese python hunt.
Is he going to fry him up and eat him after they catch him?
Yeah.
So I have to say, I'm not a fan of Gordon Ramsay.
He's done it in the past. Apparently, he did it in 2017, and I read a story that he was coming back for 2024, and the Burmese python hunt is going on right now. Now, I have not seen confirmation. I just read a story that Gordon Ramsay was planning to return for the python hunt 7 years after he originally did it in 2017. So if anyone is on the hunt and you see Gordon Ramsay out there, let me know. But the Burmese python is an invasive, non-indigenous species, and they're generally pretty successful.
Oh my God, Gordon Ramsay has a YouTube channel called The Idiot Sandwich.
Does he really?
Where he named after his very cutting insult,
Right.
where he goes around the country and has like YouTubers make sandwiches for him.
All right, here's the deal. The Florida Python Challenge began last Friday, and it goes through, I guess, 5 p.m. next Sunday, and you got to try to catch and kill these non-venomous constrictors, these boas, because they're invasive and
They got to go.
they're wreaking havoc on the Everglades. It's an invasive species, And what happened was, I guess what started this is that idiots that didn't want them as pets anymore just released them. Okay, we're done with our 12.5-foot python, kids. Let's just drive to some canal in the Everglades and let it go.
Don't they have like a ridiculous amount of eggs? And like they have like big
Yes, the average
batches.
The average female python lays 17 million eggs.
See, so that's a lot. So you release
Yeah.
one, and then boom, whole state's screwed.
I just made that up. That is not true.
Sounded a little high.
Here's your boyfriend talking about the idiot sandwiches.
All right, go ahead, roll it.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
All right, so
Wow.
I don't know if we have any listeners that are doing the Burmese python hunt this year, but no, we need to eradicate. Yeah, because listen, they kill other animals. They screw with the vegetation. They cause all kinds of problems.
My brother-in-law does that. He's done it.
My brother Drew, my Dr. Bro,
Your bro.
my bro, he's done a couple of the alligator hunts.
Ooh.
Where you get the license to hunt the alligators. He's done that with some friends in the past. All right, 7:15 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. 1 hour, 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. And Fester,
Yes.
you witnessed something at a local supermarket which kind of fascinated you.
It did.
And you have an interesting story to tell. Fester noticed like a test in progress.
Ooh.
Yeah, at a local supermarket. Hey, we'll give you that story coming up in just a bit. Hey, we're loaded. 1 hour, 20 minutes of nonstop MJs on the way. I posted another picture on my Instagram. People are nuts. I'm telling you. I mean, do people not get what I do for a living? I mean, people are turning into such, ridiculous complainers. We've got complainiacs out there. It's insane. All right, hold on. What am I talking about? I'll explain coming up. And that's just that's 0.1% of what's coming up next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. If you... Zero movement. Nothing. Nada. Yeah, I just don't see it on the horizon. I just, we got all this new equipment over 2 months ago, and nothing is working yet. So I don't know. I'm dying to get out of this hellhole. The studio is just an aesthetic disaster. It's an operational disaster. So I'm looking forward to the new studio.
What's the timeline?
I don't know.
I saw the new console.
I don't know.
I saw it. It's still in a crate in Max's office, and he uses it. He uses it to put his backpack on.
It's got coffee cup stains on it.
I'm like, hey Max, can you use a coaster when you put your coffee on our new console?
Coffee cup stain. Hey, Roxanne just said something during the commercial break. I don't know if you want to talk about this on the show, but
sure.
Too bad.
Sure.
You were just complaining.
I was complaining.
We just had open enrollment for the benefits here at the Beasley Media Group, and we did it, of course, at the last moment last night.
I'm deadline oriented. Me too. 5 o'clock. I was hitting
what
that
the
button.
thing was? I did it on my phone earlier in the day, and then it said you have to open a laptop or go on a computer. So I didn't get to that till like 10:30, 10:40 last night, and then I updated it.
Right. Oh, by the way, if you're in Weeki Watchie, Michelle's Delta jet just flew over your place a little while ago. Oh, she's just past Crystal River right now.
Have you ever gone to Buccaneer Bay in Weeki Watchie?
I have not.
It's the Weeki Watchie Springs, like a kind of state-run amusement park.
I have not been there.
Fun day.
All right, thank you. All right, so Roxanne, you were saying that your health insurance for the same program went up ridiculously?
Yeah, same program.
See, this is why you want the MJ Morning Show Inflation Smasher.
Yeah, but I'm not eligible for that.
The MJ Morning Show Inflation Smasher starts Monday morning at 8 a.m. and your chance to win up to $1,000. And this is a local-only contest. So, Roxanne, tell me about your inflation. What happened with you with open elections for the health care plan?
Same health plan with a $2,500 increase a year.
Say what?
Yep.
You're telling me that you have the same exact health plan and your health plan went up 20 what?
$2,500. Fester just informed me of that because I actually told him.
She's like, it's $100 more and
a month.
I go, a month or a pay period, because we get billed each pay period for insurance and benefits.
Yeah, we take a high deductible plan because I look at the insurance as more, catastrophic coverage. So we opt for a lower payment and higher out of pocket, to reach our deductible. So that's what we opted for. And, we took, I believe, we have the lowest cost plan. And
it's still got to be many hundreds of bucks each pay period.
It didn't jump out to me. I think our plan is like $684 a pay period.
Yeah.
So, Roxanne, how much is your plan per pay period? Do you remember?
It's like 600 something.
Oh, so you must have taken the same plan I.
Yeah.
I'm in the upper sixes.
You're telling me no, because that was not. That was so. You're saying it's up $100.
So my just my plain medical. Forget about the add-ons like vision, dental. Forget about that stuff. I now pay $595 a pay period.
All right, so mine's higher than that actually. So anyway, I'm sorry to hear it. And, and our health insurance is not the best. It's not fair. What are you guys whispering over there? What? Come on. What are you whispering?
How the portion that everybody who's employed that gets a company-sponsored health program, your company pays a portion of it.
Yeah.
And Roxanne pointed out that the company still pays the same portion, but any increase goes straight to the
employee.
Yeah.
Well, listen, a lot of folks can identify with what we're talking about because the open enrollment period. If you've got company health insurance, you know what that's all about.
Ours is a little weird because our new year starts October 1st around here, which I've never liked. Every other company I've ever worked for, it starts Jan 1.
Well, the federal government starts October 1st, too. That's the new fiscal year for the federal government is October 1.
Never liked the federal government either. Quick question.
Yes.
And this is insurance related, so a lot of people might be interested.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked at like healthcare.gov or like this healthcare marketplace?
You mean the Obamacare marketplace?
It's called
yeah, we did.
It's not called Obamacare. It's the Affordable Care Act or whatever.
But that was known as Obama.
Right.
The Affordable Care Act is synonymous with Obamacare.
Yes, in Mitt Romney's campaign.
Right.
But it's a legitimate thing that provides a lot of insurance to a lot of people. I mean, I wonder for the...
No, Obama was calling it Obamacare.
Yeah, because he liked when Mitt Romney said it. He's like, I like how you said it.
Go ahead.
So for the $1,400 a month that I spend on health insurance, that is on its best day, all right. I wonder if there's a better plan in the marketplace.
Hey, Gordon Ramsay, what do you think about Fester's hunt for health insurance?
You big.
Oh, thank you, Gordon.
What was it? What was the whole thing?
You bleeping pig.
Oh, okay. Well,
We had to bleep out the F-bomb there.
speaking of a bleeping pig, did you know that our company-sponsored program through the provider has pet insurance that you could
Are you
bill?
serious?
Yeah, I was looking at all the add-ons, and they have like Aflac, and they have like a hospital indemnity program, and a disability, and then there's MetLife pet insurance.
There is video that I saw that I was like, are you kidding me? What's today? Today's Thursday. I saw this earlier in the week. I just didn't get around to it. I think I might have alluded to it a couple of times. I just didn't get to it. Have you seen the video of the rollover crash? And the kids in diapers were ejected from the vehicle and they're just walking in the road? I mean, what?
I saw that.
This is insane. This is in Texas. Video has emerged of two toddlers in nothing but diapers in the middle of a Texas highway after they were thrown from the vehicle that they were riding in that flipped over numerous times. And the tots completely naked except for diapers. No shoes, no socks, no shirt, no pants.
No seatbelt, apparently.
Diapers. And apparently, as Fester said, is this an actual report? Go. Fester found some NBC News report. Go back to the very, very beginning.
Right,
Go, hit the audio.
Toddlers on a Texas highway.
Units around for that major accident off of East Freeway.
Shocking video showing the children wearing nothing but diapers stranded in the middle of the roadway after police say they were ejected from a Jeep. Two unidentified people running to get them out of harm's way. The crash taking place on Interstate 10 in Houston.
The cause of the accident between the two vehicles is still under investigation right now. The investigation has proven that the two children were not in car seats at all when that vehicle, the Jeep Wrangler, began to roll, and both toddlers were ejected out, a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old.
According to the sheriff, the two children and their father who was driving.
But I got a question. Did the Jeep have rubber ducks on the dashboard?
That's the only thing that saved the kids.
Were the ducks ejected? Or nope, look, the Jeep is on its roof, but it still has the rubber duckies on the dashboard. I mean, this is unbelievable. Hey, Father of the Year. You got two kids in nothing but diapers, a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old, no car seats. I don't even know if they were belted in. They were thrown out of the Jeep onto Interstate 10. And you see one of the kids is crawling on his hands and knees in a diaper in the middle lane of the interstate. But what the living hell is going on here?
Even if they were buckled in, MJ, a kid that size can easily slip up and out.
Absolutely.
Especially when the vehicle's upside down.
That's why we have car seats, because the regular shoulder harness belt is not sufficient or effective for a little kid. That's why we have car seats. Hang on. Why'd you start this thing again?
Well, no, I went to a different story.
No. I wanted to hear. This is a new video?
Yeah, this is CBS Evening News with
Major Garrett. I like him. Major Garrett filling in for Nora O'Donnell. Let's listen to this one. I hit it. Let's unmute it here.
Crash that ended with two toddlers in the road wearing nothing but diapers. Officials in the coastal city of Freeport say it appears the children were thrown from a Jeep that flipped multiple times.
That's
Remarkably,
crazy.
There were no serious injuries.
All right, well, hopefully the father is going to get plowed with like child endangerment charges. That is unbelievable. Oh, you know who's in trouble?
Who?
I'm going to give you a hint. This person apparently is in trouble.
Ooh.
Katy Perry's in trouble.
You have to say trouble like that every time?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't. Nobody does that.
Oh, because is she in trouble for stealing Eye of the Tiger from our...
I'm regressing to my childhood
I know,
when
time.
all kids used to say, like to their sibling, "You're in trouble."
I'm with you. Sprinkle it in.
Yeah.
Don't go all the time.
Right.
What is she in trouble for? Who would you pit? Did you piss somebody off, or is she getting canceled? What?
She's in trouble with Survivor.
She is facing a potential life sentence in Spain for apparently filming a music video on protected sand dunes. All right.
What?
It's not. I'm kidding. It's not a life sentence. I'm kidding around. All right. But Katy Perry is under investigation by, I think in some countries they'll chop off a hand for this. But
there are some countries, yes.
Katy Perry is being investigated by the Spanish government for allegedly filming the music video for her new single Lifetimes on an ecologically sensitive sand dune without permission. Yeah, scenes from the video, which was filmed mostly on the islands of Ibiza and Formentera, are believed to have been done on these protected dunes on this tiny uninhabited island of Espalmador.
See.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So
is this real trouble or is this just an investigation?
Yeah, she's in trouble.
So
yes, Fester, go ahead.
no, I'm just thinking, what's the consequence here? What are they gonna do?
I told you, death. The Spanish take their sand dunes very, very seriously.
Actually, Spain.
In fact, she's facing a more extensive charge and punishment than that whole crew in that Spanish TV drama Money Heist. All right,
that was a great series.
And that was a big COVID pandemic series, right?
That's when I watched it.
Yeah.
Oh, so look at this, MJ. I'm watching the video right now, and she's all over. She's in a boat right now, but you can see the background, and then she's on a beach. Is this a protected land? Obviously,
no, that's not protected land. She's on a beach with all kinds of people.
What if they're all actors?
There's some no, that's a regular beach. No, she's on some scene in the video is like on a sand dune. So it's probably later on in the video.
Who screwed up then? I mean, obviously it wasn't Katy Perry.
It's all her fault.
I'm going to get this. I'm going to get on top of the sand dune and ride around in it.
She was the location scout. She was the transportation captain. She drove the vehicles on the sand dunes. No, it's all her fault. Hey, also, I like Katy Perry. I have nothing but positive things about Katy Perry. I've told the story that back when Chloe was probably 8 or 9 years old, we were at the other radio station. We played a lot of Katy Perry music back then.
Boy, did we.
And we took Chloe to see Katy Perry. I don't think I went. I think Michelle went. And we had backstage passes. And Katy Perry, that's right, I didn't go. But Michelle said that Katy Perry was so sweet and nice with Chloe and spent time and talked with Chloe and talked about the family. And, Chloe still has the picture of her and Katy Perry backstage at, I don't know, was it the Ice Palace back then or the St. Pete Times Forum, whatever the hell it was. Katy Perry could not have been nicer to my family, and I'm always appreciative of that. Now, her latest album, I think, is being described as very lackluster as far as, I don't think it's performing. I think her latest CD has been somewhat of a flop.
Doesn't Spain have a history of going after pop singers? Wasn't somebody else in trouble with Spain?
Shakira.
Shakira.
Yeah. What's the disposition in that case? Because Shakira,
taxes.
She was charged with tax evasion in Spain, and I think Shakira was facing Fester just found the story. Yeah, this is from last November. Shakira reaches deal to avoid $15 million tax fraud trial in Spain.
I think this might be a Spanish government plot.
No
I
kidding.
think they target celebrities, specifically singers, and say, we will go after them for their money. Taxes. Sand dunes.
Oh, my God.
With a Castilian Spanish accent.
Say it again. What kind of Spanish?
Castilian.
No, Castilian.
Castilian, no.
Don't pronounce.
You're going to correct me? I'm the one who knows that it's Castilian.
Okay, Ilaria.
Spanish.
Don't say
Spanish.
Am I the only one that notices when Roxanne fakes a Spanish accent, she has a lisp?
So
that's Castilian.
Hold on. No,
That's Castilian.
in Castilian Spanish, if you watch Money Heist, you'll notice that they do a lot of the THs. And
¿Cuánto cuesta mandar una carta a los Estados Unidos?
I watched.
So they do the lispy.
Yes.
It's almost like you got hair in your tongue or something.
Why do I get? Hey, MJ, put him in timeout. Did you just see what he did? He just gave me a for my accent. Are you the only one who can do good accents around here?
Hang on. I'm interested in what happened with Shakira. Colombian pop star Shakira reached a settlement to avoid a trial in Barcelona. Oh,
Barcelona.
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 All right, both you mush mouths stop.
We're trying to be authentic, and
We're not a Spanish radio station.
We're trying to get into the minds of the Spanish government and what they've done to target our
MJ,
celebrities.
I'll tell you right now, next year, something's going down with Spain and Taylor Swift. Last year, Shakira. This year, Katy Perry. Next year,
I think Taylor Swift is going to face the firing squad in Madrid. Yeah,
We'll come after Taylor Swift. That's hard to say with a lisp.
So there was a big country concert. I forgot which one. A lot of people said. Which country star was in town last night?
Last night?
Zach something?
Zach. Is it Zach Brown?
Brian?
Zach. Hang on a minute.
Zach. I don't even know if it was Zach.
I know more about building a particle accelerator than I know about country music. Zach Bryan. Yeah. So Zach Bryan was in town last night, and man, I guessed it. So we went to Walmart yesterday at 275 in Dale Mabry, and Fester's looking at the picture. Hang on, let me explain.
I'm sorry.
Hang on.
I'm sorry. This is great.
All right.
Oh my God. That's perfect.
All right, here's what happened. So we go to Walmart at 275 in Dale Mabry. I call that the third world Walmart.
Yeah. Why did you go to that store?
Well, because I had to drop off a defective product at Whole Foods for the Amazon return.
Okay.
So we're kind of up there, and Michelle needed to bring Julian some new Degree deodorant and some toothpaste.
So you go to Walmart for that.
Well, you buy it here because if he tries to, the 2-pack of deodorant is, like $7.84 at Walmart. You try to buy that at like a Dwayne Reed in New York City, it's $15. It's like twice the price. It's the price. So we will bring him certain things. He needed some toiletries. So Michelle,
you go to Walmart.
We went to Walmart. So Michelle's. I took this picture without Michelle's knowledge. Michelle was looking at the nail polish, and I saw these 2 girls go by in like country hoochie mama outfits, and I'm like, must be a country concert at the stadium tonight. And sure enough,
there was.
What's his name? Zach what?
Brian?
Zach Bryan, who I know the name. I know
no,
he's
you don't.
I know. Once I hear the name, I know that he's a big country performer. I couldn't. If anyone said to me, MJ, for $1 million, name a Zach Bryan song.
Okay, hold on. There's a Zach Bryan and a Zach Brown.
All right, so hold on.
The Zach Brown is much more famous than Zach Bryan.
Hold on, then who the hell was at the stadium last? It's got to be. All right, Zach Bryan was at the stadium last night.
Zach Bryan was at the stadium, but he is not as big a star as Zach Brown.
But when you say him with a country accent, it kind of both sounds the same. Zach Bryan, Zach Brown, right?
Yeah, they're probably kin.
All right, go back to my Instagram. So I see these 2 young women with these hiked up, cut off denim mini skirts.
Good for them.
And some cheap ass Payless cowboy boots on.
I mean, those do not look comfortable.
And I'm like, oh, guess what? There must be. So I kind of walk behind them and I snap the picture. All right. Yes, I admit it. I'm a Walmart picture creeper.
That's one of the best places to do it.
Oh, it is. Listen, I had to grab a picture of this. One's wearing a red, white, and blue American flag cowboy hat. The other one is a black cowboy hat. They're wearing, halter tops here with little cutoff skirts just above their butt cheeks.
Is it?
All right.
I'm sure they're lovely people, but
I should say just below their butt cheeks.
There is an attire for people going to country
That's
and
what I'm
concerts.
saying. Women going, and I'm not trying to stereotype. Yes, I am. This is a stereotype. So here, I post this picture. I took the picture from the rear as they're walking down that main aisle, right, perpendicular to the checkout area. And I have this is an award-winning shot. This is This is a Pulitzer Prize-winning photo right here. This is better than like the surfboard and the surfer in midair.
That was nothing.
That's nothing compared to this. So the image of the country hoedown at Walmart is on my Instagram, folks. If you want to see the picture I took, go to Instagram and I'm Certified MJ Radio. Certified MJ Radio. Take a look at the picture. Take a look at the comments. The comments are even better than the picture.
People get after it on this.
Oh, my God. All right, I've got to go through this. So go to Certified MJ Radio and check this out. Give me a follow. Let me read. So my original caption, these two women in these tight skirts with their butts.
Just read what you wrote.
I wrote, there must be some country music concert at the stadium tonight. Yes, I'm a Walmart creeper today. And then people are just commenting. There are like dozens and dozens of comments. Comments are great. Doesn't anyone wear clothes that fit them anymore? I heard that Zach Bryan is performing tonight.
So that's
there you go.
Who is Zach Bryan? Yeah, Zach Bryan's playing tonight. Chloe, your dad, with a ooh emoji. LOL, the Karens are strong on this post. Taking pictures in Walmart, not a good look, I'm thinking. Here's one. Yeehaw!
Okay, sometimes these comments are funnier when you just read them in your head.
Yeah, sometimes they are.
A couple things, MJ.
No, these are funny comments.
Some of them are funny, but they have to be really high caliber to read out loud. Sometimes you just get a chuckle in your head when you read them.
We should have edited a few of them out.
Well, hold on. I mean, there are tons of comments here.
And I'm here for the comments. MJ.
Oh, here's one. LOL, you might be my favorite IG page.
Aw,
see, that's why you should follow me.
Okay, definitely glad you said that out loud.
Certified MJ Radio.
Hey, I have some country information for you, MJ. You also have to remember Luke Bryan in this discussion of Bryans. That's why you're so confused, because there's a Zach Bryan, a Zach Brown, and a Luke Bryan. Zach Bryan and Luke Bryan are unrelated, and they've never done any collabs or anything. They just have the same last name.
They're all related.
But Zach Brown and Zach Bryan spell their names differently.
Okay.
The Zach.
This is more
Z-A-C versus Z-A-C.
So I just wanted to... You just lost that's information that I certainly need to know.
I knew you did.
Is there a Brian Brown?
Here's Lucy said you stared so hard you had to take a picture.
All right.
Okay.
What are you doing? Edit. Please stop.
Yeah.
In all fairness, this is pretty typical attire for Walmart.
I mean,
okay. Elaborating on that comment, MJ. Remember when I shared with you guys that I've never been to a Walmart until I started to be a part of this show.
Walmart.
All right.
Okay.
You get creepier every day. Folks, you got to read the comments of the rear end picture that I took of the two country girls clearly shopping at Walmart before the country concert at the stadium last night.
I have never met anybody happier to be called creepier every day. Good for you, MJ.
All right.
I'm relatively new to Walmart. I'm a Walmart newbie. I started shopping there within the last year. I like it. It wasn't like a snooty thing or a bougie thing.
Unbelievable. Roxanne started shopping at Walmart in just the last year. I've been shopping at Walmart since I was a teenager.
Good for you, buddy. I just was never exposed to it. It was like a Coke Pepsi thing. I was a Target person.
Yeah, Roxanne was a Coke person all the way.
Yeah, Coke and Target for me.
She was straight Coke.
While at Target.
At Target.
Okay, but so I started going to Walmart this year for the first time. I go occasionally. I like it. And I went with a family member recently who was like, I mean, what they say is true about Walmart. Look around at these outfits, at this attire. But I have a different feeling about it. I feel like Walmart is the place that you go where you can wear whatever you wear at home. Yeah. This is what you see in people's homes. Walmart is like your home. You know those
in your bathrobe.
Ugly pair, stretch pants that you wear with the cutoff shirt.
Nobody cares.
You wear it around the house. You wouldn't think twice about it. Just don't even change. Go
That's
straight
why
to
there's a
Walmart.
website.
It's like home.
That's why there's a website called the People of Walmart.
Yeah, but it's just we're all down to earth there.
Let me just point something out. Like Michelle eats like avocado toast every morning. She scoops out real avocado. She adds some red pepper flakes and some seasoning. So we always have avocados in the house. And you go to Publix, the avocado's like a $1.50, $1.60 for one avocado. And at Walmart, the same avocado is 84 cents.
Where did the avocado come from, though?
From the avocados from Mexico. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So, MJ, listen, Walmart is the least judgmental place.
There you go.
You can go wearing anything. We
avocados from Mexico.
It's been 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I'm literally in whatever I'm going to sleep in.
Right.
A dirty T-shirt and a pair of coochie cutter shorts.
Oh, I'd
And
love to see that outfit on you.
Coochie cutter
I
shorts.
have a couple of them, and they're very comfortable to sleep in. And I'm like, we're out of milk for tomorrow morning, and Allison's like, oh, great. What are we gonna? I was like, I'll go to Walmart. I just go.
No
just go.
biggie.
Nobody cares. Nobody even looks
Nobody
twice.
cares.
You know, like Publix, for instance. I like Publix, but you know, the avocados are a good example. You know, I love the little mandarins, the cuties or the halos, and I just bought a 3-pound bag of little mandarins, little halos. It was a different brand, but they're fantastic. 3 pounds for $3.97 right now.
Look at MJ, the consumer
but
reporter.
listen, but you go to Publix, the same bag is $6.
All right.
And you won't even
You
get
know?
half the content for your IG page.
The
I mean,
flip
it's such a
side-
win-win for
All right,
you.
The flip side is, the other day I asked somebody at Publix where something was, and they walked me to the exact item. Waited until I was completely happy.
Listen,
I get up to the register.
right.
There's 20 cashiers ready to serve me. The deli is loaded with people.
Hang on a minute.
So that was the difference.
You're 100% right.
Okay, let's get it straight.
You go to Publix, the customer service is fantastic. The people are friendly. Shopping's a pleasure. They'll greet you. How you doing
The
today?
customer service is through the roof as far as the grocery store goes.
Public service is fantastic.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, at Walmart, I might get the avocado for half price or the bag of mandarins for $3 less, but I risk getting stabbed by an employee at $2.75 at Walmart and Dale Mabry.
You're not going to get stabbed.
Yeah.
You just
or spat upon.
A couple of weeks ago, I had to buy a.
Do you remember I told the story?
What?
Oh, the $2.75 and Dale Mabry Walmart. Do you remember the story?
Yes.
Where I
you were complaining because they didn't have hand
they
wipes.
didn't have the hand sanitizer, and the lady said, "Yeah, go to that door there and just tell them that you're looking for hand sanitizer." And there was a door in front of the cash registers, like a nondescript door, and I knock on the door, and they open the door up, and this woman says, "You can't be knocking on this door." I'm like, what are you the lady over there just told me to knock on the door. I'm looking for some hand sanitizers to clean off the fecal matter on the handle on the shopping cart. This is the money room. You can't. And she's like yelling at me.
Yeah, well, listen.
And then I saw her again.
She was like walking to the break room or something.
I saw her in the back of the store, and I said, "Hey, can I knock on your door?" I'm just being an antagonizer, right? And then didn't she tell me to F off or something?
I think that was her go-to.
I think she told me. So I had a Walmart employee tell me to go F myself.
And I side with the employee.
That's not
on
going to
this.
happen at Publix. You might pay a little more. You might pay a little more for that avocado at Publix, but they're not going to tell you to go F yourself.
Yeah, because shopping is a pleasure.
At
There's
Publix.
a trade-off there. There's a trade-off there. Yeah.
I mean, literally, I had a Walmart employee tell me to go F myself.
Listen.
And I think I had an ES and die as well. Yes, Andrew.
I'm looking forward to the new commercial. Come to Publix, where we're not going to tell you to F yourself.
There you go. All right. Fester, I'm running a little late here.
Okay.
Speaking of Publix.
Yes.
You were at a Publix, not a Walmart.
Right.
And you witnessed something.
Yes.
You were checking out, and this happened right before your very eyes?
It did.
All right, what happened?
All right,
Tell the story.
What was it? What's today? Today's what? Today's Thursday?
Today's Thursday, the 15th of August.
So on Tuesday, 2 days ago, after the morning show, we have a Publix that's pretty close to the radio station. So I stop by the Publix, get a pub sub, and 2 boxes of cereal. Get in line. I get in the 10 items or less line.
Because you have 1 pub sub.
1 pub sub.
And 2 boxes of cereal.
Cereal, if you're wondering, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
The giant box was buy one, get one.
I'm off key there. Hang on a minute.
Hold on.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. There we go. That's better. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, if it was baked in San Francisco,
Yeah.
you're just still off. Still a couple of keys off. Cinnamon. All right. So anyway, I'm in line.
Right.
The guy in front of me.
So you have 3 items.
Yep, 3 items.
So you're well within the threshold of
Yes.
the 10 items or less. You can actually get 7 more, and you're still good.
The guy in front of me, single guy.
Single guy.
Right? Probably 6'3", 6'4", younger looking African American guy. Had his hair combed out. All he's getting at 10:15 in the morning is a 6-pack of beer.
Now we're talking, man. That's a 10:30 purchase.
I mean,
That's a 10:30 in the morning purchase. What kind of beer was it? Did you notice the brand?
Of course I did. It was Yingling.
Oh, Yingling.
Yeah.
Do they still have brewery operations here in town? Or?
Oh, dude, you don't know about Yingling? They have a fantastic restaurant on site as
Do they
well.
really?
Yeah, they have a Yingling brew house.
Because Yingling,
it's on my list to go to.
They took over the old Anheuser-Busch facilities
off of 56.
Several,
50th,
yeah.
Right by Busch Gardens. 50th by Busch Gardens.
Yep.
So I'm in line, and this guy feels like he needs 6 beers at 10 a.m. You know, and I'm
Maybe they were a gift for someone.
Hold on. Listen to the story, Roxanne.
Okay.
And
it's Janie's birthday at the office. I'm going to bring her a 6-pack of Yingling.
Okay, well, when Fester's done, I'm going to tell you about some alcohol I bought one time I bought it.
So
Go ahead.
the guy, the cashier scans the item and then looks at him and says, "May I see your ID?" And I'm standing behind just watching all this, kind of frustrated because now I'm waiting behind all this stuff. And he pulls out an under 21 ID. That's the printed the long way.
So the driver license or the ID of the driver license, if you're under 21, it's printed vertically, not horizontally.
And she looks at it, hands it back to him. He puts it back in his wallet. And then he says, "I will not be buying this beer. I am with the bars program. Congratulations. You passed. You successfully followed all customer identification laws."
Wow.
And then he hands her a green card. And he goes,
What?
"May I speak to your manager?"
Of which Fester took a picture of the green card, and I actually have it in my texts. So this was a test.
Yeah.
This was only a test.
So I'm like watching this whole thing, and then he just turns around and leaves. He hands the manager the card, says that your employee did a fantastic job and followed all of the laws, and then he just walks out the door
By asking for the ID.
Right.
Now,
He doesn't identify himself.
Did the
by name.
Publix cashier say, "Oh, you're underage, I can't sell you this beer"?
No, he was of age. But
He was of age,
Like
yeah.
if you have the ID, but it doesn't expire for 8 years, you'll have there's a lot of 24-year-olds that still have
the old ID,
Right, yeah.
the under 21 ID. Gotcha.
So he was of
Right.
age. He
Right.
could buy the beer.
But he was testing to see if he was carded.
What's the law? You have to card everybody or everybody who looks under 50? I don't know.
How old did he look to you?
He looked like he was in his mid-20s.
Okay.
I've seen some, maybe 7-Eleven or something. I've seen like little badges or buttons they wear, and it's like, "We ID under deaf," or under 100 or something.
So he hands her this green, just a card.
Right.
And then he gives the card to the manager. And then I'm next person up. She's scared, and I'm like, "What the hell just happened?"
So
here?
the manager's standing there with this bar. Let me describe the card. The card, let me find Fester's text because Fester sent me a picture.
Yeah, so he hands this green card to the manager, not the cashier. Then I'm next person up. I say to the cashier, I go, "What just happened here?" And she's like, "I don't know. They come in occasionally, and they just randomly check cashiers to make sure they're doing the right job." And I was like, "He just checked you? Is he from the government?"
Yeah, where is he from?
Is he from a government agency? And she goes, "I don't know. I just work here at Publix."
That card looks like something they'd make on Parks and Rec. It looks pretty like the
It's-
bars.
it's
I'm
like-
with the bars.
I have. Did you see the card?
I did. It looks like
All right,
someone.
so-
you made it in a middle school class.
I'm gonna hold the card up. Yeah, it's like a very rudimentary printing. It just
doesn't look official at all.
It's green paper stock with just some black print on it, and I'm gonna hold it up right now. I'm holding this up to MJTV. Of course, our entire show every day is live on TV, MJTV. So I'm holding this up right now, and this is what it looks like. So
she gets green carded.
Yeah, it says the bars program. Congratulations, your associate has been tested by a bars checker for alcohol tobacco lottery and successfully verified ID. Contact your customer service RIS with questions. Continue the good work! Exclamation point.
Hands the card to the manager, then leaves. So the cashier really didn't know what was going on, and she says, "Ask the manager." So as I'm walking out with my Cinnamon Toast Crunch and pub sub,
Cinnamon Toast Crunch,
I said, "What just went on there?" And she goes, "This company."
And Fester, you found the website, and it's the bars program. the Bars Program blog. It's more than just a number. Age of bars checkers revealed.
Is it a nonprofit?
So it's a group, MJ. It's a service that stores sign up with that randomly check your employee.
Right. So so Publix or a store, they engage this bar. So they're paying this Bars Program to then be an independent
auditor of their staff,
a checker to make sure the staff is asking for ID when someone tries to check out and buy alcohol, tobacco, or lottery tickets.
This is exactly what happened.
And then they give you a green card.
They give you either a green card or the dreaded red card.
Oh, you get a red card.
Yes.
Yeah. What about a yellow card? It's like a soccer game over here.
No yellow.
Right,
Green or red.
Stoplight.
All right. The Bars Program has raised compliance training to an advanced level. We send our 21 to 25-year-old checkers into our customers' stores or restaurant locations once or twice each month to conduct mock purchases of cigarettes, tobacco, vape products, and or beer. The purpose of this is to monitor your store employees and see if they ask for the customer's ID prior to asking for money to complete the sale. If the ID is requested, the employee receives a green card. If not, a red card is given. Oh, my. Yeah, the Bars Program procedure. If a store has an age verification device, we monitor if the store employees use the device. We make regular visits to ensure proper use of the point of sale, POS, system and age verification devices. After the visit, an email report is sent to the store's management. All visit results can be viewed in our password-protected reporting website. Yeah, so you've got Publix in this case. They engaged. They're a customer of the Bars Program.
I assume, sure, the guy was there. But he walked in just with one six-pack of beer, nothing else. The employee did everything correctly, gets the green card. He gets her name, gives it to the manager, and just walked out. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty interesting. Cool, I guess. I don't know. Is it cool? Anyway, that was my encounter.
It is 8:04 at the MJ Morning Show, and around this time on Monday, we're going to launch the MJ Morning Show Inflation Smasher. You have a shot beginning Monday morning at about 8 o'clock. You have a chance to win up to $1,000 by playing the MJ Morning Show Inflation Smasher game. It's going to happen several times a day. It's going to happen at 8 a.m., happen again in the afternoon around 3 p.m. or after 3 p.m. You listen. We'll tell you when to call in. If you're the right caller, you get to activate the big Inflation Smasher accelerator, and then you say, push the button, and then the accelerator, the arm will extend and smash the glass panel on the wall. And these are little boxes. And wherever the accelerator stops and smashes out the glass, you win the cash inside that glass compartment. And it's up to $1,000 with the MJ Morning Show Inflation Smasher, doing our part to bash the living crap out of high prices.
It's very exciting.
It is.
I'm very thrilled about this. It all starts Monday morning, 8 o'clock, MJ Morning Show, the MJ Morning Show Inflation Smasher right here, only on Q105, 104.7 FM.
Can I ask questions about this contest?
Yes.
Is it an all-day contest? Like
I said that. I said it's going to happen at 8 a.m. and it'll happen again after 3 p.m.
Okay.
All right, and we're giving away tens of thousands. We have a lot of money to give away, so this is going to be a great deal. Just listen, be the right caller, and you get to play the MJ Morning Show Inflation Smasher game. And there's money in every single glass compartment. You just hopefully the accelerator stops and smashes out the highest dollar amount possible. Monday morning, 8 a.m. right here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hey, Rox, you were saying something about AT&T and your. So what's going on with the whole identity theft? Because AT&T had a big data breach.
Right.
Did they say like every customer's data was breached or
Yes.
something?
Yes. And they've even said like social security numbers have been released and then text message activity and call activity for this period of time. They've found out, yes, it's on the deep web or dark web, whatever. And so
that would be the dark web.
The dark web.
Yeah.
So then they sent out to customers, I was one of those customers, a note that said, if you would like to sign up for security protection for a year, we're going to pay for it.
Yeah, so identity protection,
Yes.
Fraud alert.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Credit monitoring.
Credit monitoring,
That's,
correct.
That's the term I think they use. Free credit monitoring. I'm telling you right now, my data has been potentially breached by like 39 places in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I have a stack of letters. I've got credit monitoring coming out my bung. All right?
Yeah. So I called AT&T a couple days ago to try to opt in for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all I could get was an automated response. And I would say, I'm trying to opt in for this credit monitoring. And they would send me, okay, we just sent you a link. And then I would read the link. They don't want to get you to a real person. Then they tell you, oh, it's gonna take us, it's gonna be an hour wait to talk to someone, so we can call you back. I tell them to call me back. I don't get the call back because I'm sure it's the middle of the night by then. And so I get the little text message from them, and it gives me no information that I need. It just tells me about the data breach, but it doesn't tell me how to opt in, etc. So yesterday, and I'm going to show you. Let me see how long I was on the phone with them. Yesterday, I call, and I'm doing show prep for you. So I'm kind of doing work on my
you're doing show prep for me?
For our show.
For me? Okay, go ahead.
Show prep I'm going to send you.
Right.
Doesn't that make you feel good? Yeah, for you. It's all for you, MJ. Yeah, right. So so I'm doing this. So I've got other things I'm doing. It's not like I'm sitting like a dolt just staring at the phone on hold for or on the call for this long. Check this out. Well, you can't see it, but 53 minutes.
You're on hold with AT&T for 53 minutes to try to sign up for credit monitoring?
With a live person.
After they were negligent in protecting their data?
With a live person. And Doug's sitting next to me.
Hold on. You're talking to the person for 53 minutes?
Yes.
Oh, so you're actually...
I got a live person.
Oh, you weren't on hold?
No, I got a live person this time.
They had you on hold... I'm sorry. They're talking to you for 53 minutes?
Yes.
About what?
MJ, I mean...
What the hell could they possibly... Hey, I want to sign up for free credit monitoring.
Thank you.
Because AT&T didn't protect my data.
Thank you.
I want to know, what were they saying for 53 minutes?
Okay, let me look at this. Let me look into this. Okay, I'm going to send you something.
Did you have like the Philippines on the phone or something?
Yes, I did. And then I'm sitting here looking at Doug like, am I being punked right now? And I mean, I started to get, I'm sorry for being...
You're waiting for Ashton Kutcher to pop out?
Yes, it was insane. Yeah. So when we got to like the 50 plus mark, I said to the woman, I said, listen, I know this isn't your fault. I'm going to try to be as nice as I can when I say this, but your company hasn't given you the resources to solve a very simple problem. She sent me like 3 broken links. She's like, okay, I just sent you the link to sign up for it. And it was a broken link. And it was 55 minutes of my time, albeit I'm doing other stuff. But I'm just like, you call this customer service? You guys make a huge mistake,
right?
And then you try to rectify it, but I can't sign up for this crap.
What was the resolution?
None.
So
Zero.
You're still not signed up?
Not signed up.
Son of a bitch! Really? Why AT&T?
Why me?
Why are you doing it? What do you have against Roxanne, AT&T?
Who's the woman they use in all those AT&T? Lily. You need to, you know what? You need to drive to Lily's house and smash your car through her front window.
Drive it right through the store that she works at.
Exactly, where Lily's standing there. Yes, Andrew.
Yeah, beware. If you do accept one of those programs, one of those monitoring programs, you may be releasing that company from, in this case, AT&T.
Right.
You may be releasing them from any involvement from then on.
Wow.
Oh, so maybe it's a good thing that they couldn't sign me up.
That's probably in all the fine print, right? All right, moving along. Apparently, there's a new pranking trend. Keep your eyes on your shopping cart because these stories are popping up. You've got some of these scoundrel teenagers are going to stores. They're finding someone that's been shopping. The cart is loaded, and when they're not looking, they take the cart and run off with it and hide it.
That's great.
All right, and they're videoing this and posting these on social media. This is insane.
I mean, how many times do you go to a grocery store, somebody walks 10, 12, 15 feet away from their cart?
Yeah. You're walking around the grocery store, you're shopping for half an hour, the cart is loaded, and then you turn around, you leave the cart behind or wherever, just for a second, you go back and your cart is gone.
That's got to be a pretty busy store to pull that off.
This is a new game, apparently, and these kids are videoing these, and it's the shopping cart disappearance challenge, apparently. And then you film the person looking all around for their shopping cart, and they're like frantically. They just spend half an hour, 40 minutes putting all kinds of crap in there, and then you steal their shopping cart.
That's
what?
fun.
What? No, it's not. What the hell is happening in this world?
That's good, clean. That's a good, clean joke. See, when I was in high school, we would play the. I guess the embarrassing products game.
Yeah.
We would go like to the.
And we throw tampons at a guy's cart or something.
Yeah, we drop tampons, boxes of boxes of condoms. We look for like enemas, and we would just put them in people's carts as we'd walk around stores.
Diarrhea medicine,
all this stuff, and they would wait till they get to checkout. Half the time, they would end up buying the stuff. They take it.
Just grab like 18 boxes of condoms and just throw them on top of the cottage cheese.
Put it right in there.
Yeah. And then they just check out with it?
Yeah, sometimes they, how'd this get in there? But
just heads up on this new social media antic, all right, of someone stealing your shopping cart and then hiding it and then surreptitiously recording you looking all over the place. Oh, my God, where'd this go? Where's my shopping cart? Where's my shopping cart? Where's my shopping cart?
As far as jokes go, this is a pretty good joke. Nobody gets hurt. They don't get hurt. The other people, no victims don't get hurt.
I wonder if any listeners right now have been the victim of the shopping cart disappearance challenge.
They may not have known they were a victim of this challenge until now.
Andrew, our producer, you were laughing. You still are. You're still laughing in the producer booth. Did you know about this story, or are you hearing it from me for the first time?
Hearing about it for the first time, and I like it.
Yeah. Nobody gets hurt with this.
He's laughing hysterically in there.
I mean, this isn't like
in the booth.
It's not knocking down your fence or kicking in your front door. This is a good, clean fun for the kids.
This is the second story that I remember with this kind of similar pattern. Do you remember there was an item a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken, that somebody won some big pile of cash at the Seminole Hard Rock, and then they were followed to their hotel in downtown Tampa, and they were robbed? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
There's another one. There's another one of these things.
Not the same guy, because that'd be really bad.
No, listen to this. A man and a woman just hit a big slot jackpot at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino and were shot and robbed. 2 men followed them to a home in Riverview. We're just hearing about this now. The man and the woman were at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino back on August 2nd. They won a big slot machine jackpot. It doesn't say how much. They were followed to a home out in Riverview by 2 hoodlums identified as Marcus Jenkins, 34, and Tristan Wright, 36. So the 2 get to their home. Jenkins, one of the perps, is picked up by the doorbell camera footage shooting at them. The woman was struck in the leg, in the lower part, in her calf. The man was hit in his left knee and his right thigh. One of the suspects then covers up the doorbell camera, according to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office.
Too late, pal.
And then you can hear the perp saying, "Take off your watch." So they get away with the man's watch and the woman's purse. So Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office deputies, who are phenomenal investigators, under Chad Chronister, we have an excellent, one of the best Sheriff's Office agencies in the country. So the deputies check out the surveillance footage over at the Hard Rock, and it showed this Jenkins guy on his phone while they were in the parking lot. All right. Jenkins then is seen getting into a vehicle. It was a Hyundai Sonata, and then they follow the man and the woman back to this house in Riverview. There's a third person they're trying to identify was driving the car.
Yeah, they'll catch him pretty quickly.
Yeah. Jenkins was charged with 2 counts of attempted murder in the first degree, 2 counts of robbery with a firearm, 2 counts of aggravated battery, great bodily harm or deadly, and felon in possession of a firearm. And the other perp, Wright, he was charged with 2 counts of principal to aggravated battery, great bodily harm or deadly, 2 counts of principal attempted murder in the first degree, 2 counts of robbery with a firearm with a deadly weapon. So and then this Jenkins guy has all kinds of prior felony convictions, and it's just a total mess.
You want to talk about the jackpot, Fester?
Well, no, we'll get there. But they met these people in the parking lot? They saw them in the parking lot for the first time?
No, I think that they...
I'm asking.
Here's what I'm thinking.
If they win big, they're talking about it. Oh, my God, I can't believe we won.
And it was a $3,000.
Is that, yeah, because the story I have didn't have the jackpot amount. But I'm guessing... Well, I know in the other case where I think the person had won like 10 grand in poker. I'm trying to remember the story from a couple of years ago where the perp saw them collect the money at the cage or get paid out and then followed them. I'm guessing this is sort of the same deal, that you have people that are, I'm sure this is not very common.
There's a ton of footage of this because the Hard Rock has more cameras than any place in town.
Any casino, the eyes in the sky at these casinos are just insane. But the Hard Rock, they provide good security. It's a fun place. It's a safe place. The Council Oak Steakhouse is incredible. You know, Michelle said she can't wait to go back to the Hard Rock for another show. When I was scuba diving in Little Cayman with my pals, Chloe and Michelle went to see Asia. You know, the 80s band, Heat of the Moment. They went to see Asia at the event center at the Hard Rock, and that was the first time there. And Michelle's like, it was such a nice venue. Michelle's like, she would love to go back to another event at the Hard Rock.
Yeah, I went to, yes, that is a really nice venue there.
She loved it. So I'm guessing that occasionally you've got bad actors that will sit in the casino. Hey, it's just like bad actors will wait in a parking lot and watch somebody withdraw money from an ATM or somebody walk out of a bank branch with a bag or what they believe to be money, follow them home. What's the name of that? It's called, there's a name for, tip of my tongue. When you
robbing someone at an ATM?
Yeah, or following them home from the bank. There's a name for it. Come on. Oh, it's going to drive me nuts. There's a...
I don't know. I got to follow him home.
Jugging. Thank you. Andrew just found it. It's called jugging.
How did he know so quickly?
Well, I saw him searching because he knows how to search. You're a buffoon on the keyboard.
Maybe he's a jugger.
So it's called jugging when they follow you home and then like hit you in your driveway or pull a gun on at another location. But that's my guess, is these guys were in the casino, they saw somebody win big, and then just followed them out. That was their scheme. But these guys busted by the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Good work there, HCSO. And these guys are going to go away for a long, long time.
I hope they do.
Yep. I'll be tried by the Hillsborough County State Attorney's Office under Susie Lopez, and boom, hopefully those two will not see the light of day for a very, very long time. We have a pissed off passenger at Chicago O'Hare that decides to wreck the check-in counter.
Oh no!
At Frontier Airlines.
That never really works out the way.
No, what time is it? 8:20? Yeah, I got plenty of time here. Yeah, the MJ Morning Show. We're in the middle of an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. So every morning at about 7:25, we start over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop. That's why you don't hear commercials, you don't hear music. We're nonstop content. So we've got like another 25 minutes to go here. So here's the deal. This passenger was obviously ticked off. You know what? Michelle was at Tampa International today. It seems that everything went smoothly. She had to check in a bag at Delta, bringing up all kinds of crap for Julian for his new dorm. room that he's moving into. But Michelle got on her airplane, so I guess Michelle did not have a problem, and she didn't trash the Delta counter at TIA at TPA, Tampa International Airport this morning. So here's what happened. This passenger throws a computer monitor at Frontier Airlines employees. This is inside Chicago's O'Hare International Airport after learning that she missed the flight. Had a total meltdown, according to the video that was shot. It happened last month, but the video and the story just coming out. The woman climbs over a baggage check-in desk. So if she's being told she missed her flight and she's still down on the lower level, not even through security at her gate, she really missed this flight.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
she's off by an hour and a half.
That's not the place that you lose it. You lose it when they shut the gate, when they shut the door in your face.
Oh my! I mean, she really missed this flight. After one worker pushes her, she grabs a computer monitor and hurls the computer monitor at staff, hitting one of them in the stomach. She also picks up and slams down a second computer. She climbs back over and shouting, "Stupid!" at the Frontier employees. Hang on, we've got some of the audio here. Here,
is she cursing up a storm?
Oh, here's the clip. You want to hear this?
Yeah.
Hang on, Matt. Let me play this. Here, listen to this. just mayhem. Stupid! And this video again. She climbs over. She's throwing stuff. This is at Chicago's O'Hare at the Frontier counter.
There goes the computer monitors. Hits the guy right in the stomach. Then the other one spikes it on the ground.
I mean, literally is hurling two computer monitors. And it looks like the woman has a baby stroller with her. I think there's a baby in a stroller.
Oh my God!
You know they arrest her. The baby's taken in by Child Protective Services. My God!
You want to know something funny? I'm watching this video.
Yeah,
and her husband, or the man that's with her, is also wearing the same colored shirt as Frontier employees. And the husband was the one that got hit with the computer monitor. After you look at it a couple of times.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'll show
Did
you.
she hit her husband accidentally?
Watch. Let me pull the video again. See, this is. I'm stopping the video right here. The guy standing on the belt right now, he's wearing jeans. He's not a Frontier employee. It's a different shade of green.
But it's a similar similar colored polo shirt.
He's wearing more of a mint green as opposed to a Kelly green.
Maybe he's there for a job interview.
Look at it. He's another passenger. So he steps over as well to calm her down, and then he's the one that got hit with the computer monitor.
Wait. Is that her? Wait. Okay, the bun.
The bun is her. The bun is the attacker.
Okay, what's crazy
it's
is
the lady. The lady on the left is the one throwing the computer monitors.
Okay,
yes,
but doesn't she look like she could be a gate agent?
Yeah, maybe for another airline. Yeah. But yes.
How interesting.
Okay.
It's like they wore attire.
So she looks like she works for an airline, and the husband looks like he works for an airline too.
Here's the monitor. Boom! Hits the husband, and he's like, "All right, let's get the hell out of here."
I mean, if I walk up and they're wrapping their fight up, I'm going to go to her for help with my gate information.
This is just bizarre, and folks,
all right,
causing a scene, causing a disturbance. Getting into an altercation with an airline employee at the airport is not going to end well. Even if the airline employee is at fault, even if they're being a total dick, all right, even if they are nasty, when you get into a fight at the airport, even if it's a verbal screaming match, it's not going to end well. It's going to range from they're not going to put you on the flight, they're going to say we're not going to let you fly with us, to you're being hauled off by the airport police and being thrown in a cell. That's the range of possibilities at the airport if you get into any kind of altercation.
I had a buddy who works for TSA, and one of the things he pointed out, whenever anybody wants to cause any kind of commotion, he is not the one that has to catch a flight. So he has all the time in the world.
All the time in the world.
You want to make my life more difficult?
The same thing with TSA. They've got all.
Yeah.
My friend works for TSA.
I'm sorry.
He's one of the blue shirts.
I'm sorry. The gate agents.
Yeah.
They've got all the time in the world.
Actually, something like that makes their day go by faster.
Yeah, and much more memorable.
Yeah.
How was work today, honey? Oh, it was great. I caused the whole family to miss their trip.
I got to lighten around so much stuff here because we don't have enough time in any given show. Now, I've always told you to be very careful about, these Chinese junk companies like Temu, right? Is that how you say it, Temu?
I don't know.
Most people say Temu, T-E-M-U, but I believe it's pronounced Temu.
The one thing I learned from the Super Bowl by watching their commercial is that we've been pronouncing it wrong. I've been saying Temu up until last year.
It's Temu or something.
I hate to offend the Chinese by mispronouncing the name of their company.
Guess what? There's more to why you should not be using Temu and Shein. That's the other one. S-H-E-I-N. Shein. These are these cheap-ass, Chinese junk companies, and people think, oh, I'm getting such a deal, I'm getting such a bargain. And, well, first of all, there's a data privacy issue. It's kind of like the same deal with TikTok. They're collecting your data, collecting all your information. You've got a lot of times substandard goods that you get. Well, listen to this. Officials in South Korea have tested many products from Shein and Temu, and they find that they're toxic.
Laced with fentanyl?
Well, women's accessories sold by some of the world's most popular online shopping firms contain toxic substances, sometimes hundreds of times above acceptable levels.
Like what?
Chinese giants Shein, Temu, AliExpress have soared in global proliferation. They have all kinds of clothes, accessories at these stupid low prices, helping them to compete with Amazon. In a recent inspection of 144 products from Shein, AliExpress, and Temu, they were tested. Multiple products failed to meet legal standards. Shoes from Shein were found to contain significantly high levels of phthalates, chemicals used to make plastics more flexible. One pair had 229 times the legal limit of phthalates, this is South Korean officials.
Oh, no, they're phthalate felons?
Which I'll tell you right now, stuff made in South Korea is good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, or
That's
known,
where you used to get, yep.
or known just as Korea, but South Korea, high quality, good stuff out of there. But, you have shoes from Shein, S-H-E-I-N, Shein, 229 times the acceptable legal limit for a particular chemical in the shoe.
Okay, I'm going to take this to another level, MJ, related to a story I sent you yesterday or the day before. Did I send you the story about a doctor, an oncologist, who says that all of his patients now are 45 and under? Did I send you that story?
I don't recall the story.
Okay, that's just like exposure to, in my opinion, exposure to chemicals in products, food.
Also, lead.
Yeah.
Ridiculous levels of lead in sandals, for instance. In another test.
What does lead have to do with making sandals?
Yeah. Sandals from Temu, or Temu as people say.
You want a good pair of sandals.
Contained lead in the insoles at levels more than 11 times the permissible limit.
Wow. I'm lucky that Temu doesn't make clothing my size. So unless I go to the tarp section. So I don't buy clothing off of Temu.
If you want to buy some lead boots, get them from.
They don't make them size 1.5.
There you go. So little heads up for you folks. I'm not shopping on Shein.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not shopping on Temu.
Dude, MJ, I'm on Temu right now. Look at these kind of generic Hey Dudes looking $4.99.
Oh, speaking of Hey Dudes, there's a big problem there as well.
What?
Yeah, I've got that. Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. It's funny you bring that up because I've been sitting on a Hey Dude story all week that I just haven't gotten to.
I'm wanting to buy a pair or something like that.
Yeah,
but
you go ahead and you buy those $4.99 shoes from Temu.
They don't make them my size.
Yeah, and I tell you, then you'll have freaking lead poisoning.
Listen, if I could save...
Your eyeballs will fall out.
If I could save $55 off the price of Hey Dudes, you could chop off my toes. I don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know if this was foreshadowing, but I actually had a dream last night that I was stuck in China and they wouldn't let me on a plane because they have this new technology and they screen you and they could tell that I was about to get sick. Like my glands were swollen and they're like, nope, you can't get on the plane because you're about to get sick.
Did they send you to Wuhan?
Yeah. So you got infected by a leak from the Wuhan
probably
facility. You caught, you caught COVID-24.
Oh, Ms. Wilder, did you eat any bats while you were here in China? What's your Hey Dude story? MJ, every day I'm scouting Hey Dude websites just to find the pair I'm looking at.
Dude, yeah. Hey Dude, did you hear about this?
No.
Popular shoemaker Hey Dude to pay a $1.9 million settlement to thousands of customers. Apparently, Hey Dude should be Hey Screwed, because here's what happened.
$1.9 million is not end of the world money to Hey Dude.
Listen to this. Have you bought a pair of Hey Dudes online only to later think to yourself, hey, dude, why aren't my shoes here yet? Have you bought Hey Dudes?
No.
All right. Well, listen to this. People were placing orders for Hey Dudes online, paying, and then not getting their shoes. And if that happened to you, you could qualify for a payout as part of this $1.9 million settlement between the company and the Federal Trade Commission. FTC announced last week that it would send payments directly to more than 30,000 customers affected by shipping, stock, and refund issues after purchasing shoes from the Hey Dude website. And Fester's on the freaking Hey Dude website. And I've been sitting on this story.
Dude, my number one shoe choice is Crocs.
Yeah, we see that every day.
Every day. I'm wearing Crocs right now. Hey Dudes look like classy Crocs. Crocs you can wear to court. I mean, I'll wear Hey Dudes to a wedding. I don't care.
I could see you wearing
I'll wear
Hey Dudes
Crocs to a wedding. I don't care.
According to the FTC, Hey Dude shoes failed to notify customers of shipping delays and did not provide cancellation or refund for delayed orders. The company was also accused of issuing gift cards instead of cash refunds for out-of-stock items, which is a violation of the mail order rule. And incidentally, do you know who bought Hey Dude shoes back in February of 2022?
Aren't they associated with Crocs?
Yes. The Crocs company bought Hey Dude in February of 2022. Oh, and they're also accused of suppressing negative reviews and only posting the highest ratings on its website via a third-party interface.
I will say, I'm looking at their website, and everything is like 5 stars, 4.8 stars.
According to the FTC, Hey Dude violated the FTC Act by suppressing more than 80% of online reviews that did not give 4 or more stars out of 5 between January and June of 2022.
Oh, I got it. Hey, dude, don't suppress reviews. Take a 1 star and make it
better.
Right, there you go.
Yes. Go, Rox. Sing it with some passion. Put some energy behind it. Go. Come on. Give it to me
That's
one
all
more
I
time.
got. That's all I got. No. I'm not going to.
You're on the stage. Mic's on. Lights on you.
You know
Those are the only lyrics I have.
Sing it with
but I like it. Hold on.
Sing it from your core, Rox.
Let me add some reverb to your mic. Hold on a sec.
All right, everybody coming to the stage right now. We have a new singer.
I want you to do that again because that was actually good.
What did I say again? Don't suppress.
Listen, I don't know. You're the one.
Reviews.
All right, here we go. All right, here's some reverb on your mic. Go ahead.
Hey, Jude.
No.
That sounded like Jude.
Oh,
hey,
shoot.
dude.
Oh, wrong
Hey,
song.
it's
Okay.
dude.
Sorry.
What's the matter with
All
you?
right, take 2.
What do you want, drugs? Come on.
And stop the tape. Roll tape.
Try again.
Go ahead. Here we go.
Hey, dude. Don't suppress reviews. Take a 1 star and make it better. I can't hit that note. Help me.
It's not
Don't stop. Keep going. And then I want you to
very limited range.
But
sing it like you're shouting it.
But with your
Sing it with a little
limited
bit of
range, you're going to be able to do the really awful Linda McCarthy, nah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. One more time. And
Same lines?
Right.
I need some new
Yeah,
lyrics.
no,
We gotta
just finish the first verse. All right. Take 3, Roxanne, and action.
Hey, dude, don't suppress reviews. Take a 1 star and make it better. I can't get that high, guys.
Oh, my God.
Just kick me out of the studio.
Take 4.
That's
No
enough.
more. I'm retiring.
Take 4.
That's enough. And also, I don't know if you saw this. I'm trying.
Oh my God, Paul McCartney just shot himself. Oh, I'm kidding. He didn't.
I mean, I love the Beatles. What just happened was blasphemy.
Paul's like saying, "Oh my God, where's Mark Where's Mark David Chapman when you need him?"
Mark, me too. Me too, Mark.
There's another thing I'm trying to find, and I thought it was in my pile here, but speaking of reviews and I know I have it. What the hell did I do with this thing?
What are you talking about?
The Federal Trade Commission, speaking of online reviews, they're about to enforce rules for I have it in my pile.
Is it the FTC bans phony online reviews?
I got it. Yeah, exactly. I got it. FTC, Federal Trade Commission, bans fake online reviews, inflated social media influence, and this rule takes effect in October. The Federal Trade Commission voted unanimously to ban marketers from using fake reviews, such as those generated with AI technology and other misleading advertising practices. The ban also forbids marketers from exaggerating their own influence by, for example, paying for bots to inflate their follower count. With the concurrent rise of e-commerce, influencer marketing, and generative AI, more advertisers are turning to automated chat bots such as ChatGPT to quickly generate user reviews for products sold online. Also, when we do endorsements and we do social media posts, including clients, there are rules that we have to follow. And, our company is cracking down to make sure we follow all rules and regulations.
Doesn't it feel like a little wild, wild westy, though, with all that stuff? I mean, the rules are changing as social media develops.
The whole influencer thing. For instance, you'll see one of those sing-songy reviews on Instagram. Hey, when you're in Tampa, you got to try this sandwich. It's the best sandwich in town, and it's amazing. Let me show you what's going on. And you get these, they appear to be these organic reviews, and I'm sorry, a lot of that social media stuff can be very effective, but I think some of that is far from organic. Now, listen, the restaurant or the sandwich or the food item, and you know what I'm talking about. You get these people that are doing these sing-songy deliveries and these reviews, and the place might be good, but you know that some of these places are paying these influencers, and there's supposed to be disclosure that if you're getting compensated for any type of a social media push for a product or a service, that there has to be a disclosure. There are certain guidelines that you have to follow. And I'm telling you, we're going to get to a point here, and it looks like that predicate is being laid here, by making sure that the companies themselves are following these rules and not cheating. But we're on the precipice here of a big crackdown in a lot of social media stuff.
You know what's ironic, MJ? If someone is a restaurateur, for example, they're better off just having you come in and you having an amazing experience. And then you say, oh my gosh, I ate at this burger place and it was so good. And here's a photo of me and Michelle and this delicious burger, and everything's cool. You don't have to say, this has been a paid ad. You don't have to do any disclaimer. And they win because you're sharing this information. So you're almost better off not paying influencers. Just give a good product and get someone excited about it.
Elon Musk. Hello, I'm Elon Musk. So Elon Musk.
What's he up to? Who's he talking to today?
He has revealed a job interview secret to root out liars. So what is Elon Musk's technique to weed out liars, to catch a liar? So if you ever sit down with Elon Musk for a job interview, apparently this is something that he said years ago, but is just surfacing.
Can I guess what he does?
Sure.
Does it have to do with maybe he records them and really hones in on the eye movement, facial expressions?
Does he ask them if they know how to pronounce his children's names? Does he have a kid name like XZ2RK exclamation point?
Elon Musk, who I'm not a fan of the guy. I just find him to be erratic. I'm never going to buy anything from him.
He's a modern day genius.
I love him.
Fester and his family got suckered into buying a Tesla. That's not me. I'm not doing that.
The world significantly changed.
Yeah. Anyway, so some years ago, and this is for whatever reason just surfacing, Elon Musk was asked, how do you catch liars? And Elon Musk revealed that he's got this tried and true, time-tested job interview question to catch liars. And the question is this: tell me about some of the most difficult problems that you worked on and how you solved them. And Elon Musk believes that the question can eliminate dishonest candidates, which is proven by asymmetric information management. It enhances verbal lie detection by encouraging truth tellers, but not liars, to be forthcoming. So, several ways to spot a liar. And if an applicant answers Elon Musk's question with a very detailed response, so if they go into the weeds and just the response is just, detailed and even a bit tedious, that means they're likely telling the truth, unlike somebody who gives a vague answer.
Almost like confession is good for the soul. But they just share it all.
We've also heard, though, that TMD, too many details, means you're lying.
We've talked about this in the past, that somebody that gets over-explanatory and they get into too much detail, that also can be a sign of somebody that's making stuff up, that they're lying about event. So I guess there's a fine line here. I guess it's more of a specific question on, tell us about some difficult problem that you worked on and how you solved it. I guess in that case, you know what it is? You're asking a specific question. Tell me about a problem and tell me exactly how you solved that problem in, a prior work experience. Whereas if someone is trying to cover something up, then they're getting too descriptive, too detailed. They're going down all these rabbit holes, and that's a mechanism by which I think that the human psyche believes that the more detailed, or if I'm more specific and explicit, that they're going to believe me more. But no, in that case, it's not the case that's true. In the Elon question, he claims that the more detailed, the better. Vague is the liar, the scammer, the BS artist.
He's a contrarian. That's what you have to say about that. Well, I have a way to tell. I would say less that someone is a liar, but maybe if they're being phony or not authentic. You want to hear what it is?
Oh, please.
Sure.
Okay. You do have to get them. You have to record them. So it's
right.
not like
with or without their knowledge.
It's just easier to do it that way. But this applies if you're watching.
Is this like a Hulk Hogan hidden camera in the bedroom wall?
No.
You're great.
No.
Oh yeah.
This is more of a.
Oh brother. Oh yeah. Oh, you're the best.
Hey brother. All right, go ahead.
This is more of if you're watching someone on television, if they're being interviewed, you can tell this person's a phony baloney or this person is being their true self.
How?
When you ask someone a question, like Fester, let's say that I ask you, how were your kids this morning getting ready for school?
Pain in the asses.
Okay. You answered too quickly for me to tell. But basically.
Ask me again.
How were your kids this morning getting ready for breakfast, getting ready for school?
Pain in the asses. How's that? Slower.
Okay. Bad example.
What?
If your facial expression on how you feel about that subject happens before you answer. So, for example, if I'm thinking about getting my kids ready for school and I'm like, and you ask me, Roxanne, how was it? I go,
oh, it was great. So you say it was great,
yes.
But your facial expression is negative before you say it was great.
Well,
that the facial expression is the true story?
You're getting there. You're getting there. Even if I say it was great and then I go like this, watch MJ. Oh, it was great. They were really easy. They brushed their teeth when I asked them and everything was fine. If your facial expression follows your words, that indicates you're not authentic. That's you're giving the expression after you speak. So you're giving them what you think matches or what you think they want to hear.
And you learned this when you studied under Freud or what?
No, this is part of my communication class that I teach.
But where's that? Whose hypothesis is that?
It's Roxanne Wilder's school.
This is your crap.
No, it's deeper than that. There's a
Elon called.
It's called years and years of editing video footage, and you get to see who's telling the truth. Lead with your face.
All right,
and you'll come across as authentic, even if you're full of crap.
8:46 at the MJ Morning Show, getting close to ending an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Don't forget the MJ Morning Show Inflation Smasher debuts on Monday morning around 8 a.m. Your chance to win up to $1,000 twice a day. So around 8 a.m. and then again after 3 p.m., you get to call up, be the right caller, and then you get to activate the Inflation Smasher, punch out the wall of glass, and whatever dollar amount is in the portion of the glass wall that you smash out, you get to retrieve that cash. And it could be up to $1,000. This is a local contest. We're giving away tens of thousands. This is going to be an awesome, awesome contest. The MJ Morning Show Inflation Smasher, helping you with inflation and high prices. And it all starts Monday morning here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. So heads up. There is an Amazon delivery driver that quit mid-shift in the middle of the street and just abandoned his vehicle and walked away. I mean, how tough is that? I mean, what really? I mean, your job is simple. You drive the Amazon van and you deliver packages to all these addresses.
I don't think it's terribly simple. It's a lot of work.
Listen, it's a lot of work, but you know what you're getting into.
Everybody has their breaking point.
The FedEx guys, the UPS folks. By the way, the UPS, you know that UPS drivers are going to make like $250,000 a year.
Good for them.
Or so, I mean, they're going to be knocking on $200,000 a year, but some UPS drivers are going to be making like $250,000 a year. I mean, talk about a job. Talk about a career. Holy crap. All right, so listen to this. Don't know where this occurred. This is a social media video, but someone captured the Amazon driver in his work uniform walking down the street, walking away from his van, and he's just saying, I quit.
I quit. I left the van, y'all. I left the van, got out, and I'm walking home. Good job.
This guy's my hero.
Yeah. Listen, that's how I plan on leaving this place.
Wait a minute. Roxanne, he's your hero?
I like everything about him. What's not to I mean, just taking control of his life.
I quit. That's it. I'm out.
God. He just left the bamboo steamers and the ever-ready batteries in the truck and walked away.
I mean, listen, that's how I would like to leave any and every job I ever have.
He says, I quit.
Good.
I left the van, y'all. I left the bleeping van and got out. I'm walking home. F that job.
I quit. I left the van, y'all. I left the van, got out, and I'm walking home. Good job.
Here's the thing. I hope he parked the van somewhere near his neighborhood because if I'm like 40 miles from home, I'm like, I regret it.
Think about this. You're using the app and you're tracking the Amazon van and your delivery's next. You know,
your delivery's one stop away.
One stop. Next. That's what it says. It's like one stop, 5 stops. You can look on, I don't know if it's every delivery, but a lot of the deliveries, you can see where the van is. There's even a map that pops up sometimes, and you can track your order. And then you notice that your order is stuck in the same place for 5 hours. It's like, what's going on?
What the hell's going on
That's because the guy quit on the job and walked away. And your hemorrhoid cream is still in the box on the truck.
I really need that delivery.
My God, my hemorrhoids are killing me.
I'm having a flare up right now.
Oh my God, my hemorrhoid. All right,
hemorrhoid cream. Who buys hemorrhoid cream on Amazon?
I don't know.
I want to go to Amazon.
The person who doesn't want to buy it in the grocery store, in the convenience store, I guess.
I've never purchased hemorrhoid cream in my life.
I have for under eye circles.
Oh, yeah. Or cool cucumbers do the same thing. Hey, we have an update on Journey. There is a big problem inside of Journey because there are accusations about the credit card misuse with the band's credit card. So there's a new update on that. I've got a creepy Mark Zuckerberg story. You know, Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg. There is a Pete Davidson update. Remember, he checked himself into like a mental health facility, canceled all of his shows, including the show at, was it was it Ruth Eckerd? I think Pete Davidson was supposed to be. So Pete Davidson canceled all of his Florida shows for next month. There's an update on him checking himself into a mental health facility.
Hopefully he found a new girlfriend there.
Now, Nurse Ratchet. Dating
All right.
now.
Listen.
Yeah.
Don't type hemorrhoid cream into Amazon. There are more brands than you can ever imagine. Oh, my God. Look at this page after page after page of hemorrhoid cream. Wow.
So people do buy it online.
Hemaway. I never heard of that brand. Hemaway.
Royd Be Gone.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Royd-tacular. Look at that one. All right. 8:52 at the MJ Morning Show.
This will make you feel fantastic.
Royd-tastic.
All right. We have the 9 o'clock hour, like a solid hour to go, folks. We're loaded. Back in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show. If your carpet is a mess. You know, Michelle went to see the Doobie Brothers at the amphitheater, a month ago or so. And I said, did they do this song? This is one of the later Doobie Brothers songs from the late 80s. Music as the Doctor. Love the song. And Michelle said, nope, they did not. I also said, did they do China Grove? And she's like, oh, yeah, China Grove. I'm like, China Grove is one of the best Doobie Brothers songs ever. She likes the kind of mamby-pamby, kind of like the crap they play on the Dove or something. You know, she likes.
I didn't like the one the rejoin that we did.
You don't like music as the doctor?
No, I don't. I'm with Michelle on that.
You don't even know. Do you even know the song?
I just heard it when we rejoined.
You heard the music. You haven't even heard the rest of the song or the lyrics.
I didn't like what I heard.
Oh, what a... All right, speaking of music, we brought you the story about Journey, and they're feuding. And now the feud is canceling the tour, tour dates have been canceled amid the legal battle inside a Journey over credit card usage. Yes, Fester?
I can't believe this is even happening. These guys make so much money. It's going to sound really silly, but it's a couple of $1 million. If you're Journey, who cares?
Oh, real? It's like $1 million on the company or the band's American Express card. All right, here's the deal. Journey is reportedly canceling shows that were part of their 50th anniversary Freedom Tour after the legal battle between the keyboardist Jonathan Cain and band founder and lead guitarist Neil Schon. They were supposed to kick off the UK leg of the tour in Cardiff, Wales on October 30th. Other shows scheduled were Nottingham, Glasgow, Belfast, Dublin, Manchester, Leeds, Liverpool.
Right, they're all over the place.
Birmingham.
Okay. All right, we don't need the whole
Newcastle.
Map. Jesus. We get it. They're doing a lot of shows in England and the area over there.
Well, the deal is that these two Journey, these are originals too. At least Cain has been, Schon was from the very beginning. Cain has been there forever. I don't know if he's like one of the originals, but he's been there forever.
Yeah, they've worked together a long time.
Yeah. In a recent court filing, Cain asked a Delaware judge to resolve a deadlock regarding the company that oversees tour-related finances. Cain and Schon each hold a 50% stake in the company. Schon's the president, and the problem is that Schon is accusing Cain of running up like $1 million on the band's credit card.
Who cares?
What are you talking? $1 million it's a lot of money.
These guys all started out broke, and they're more wealthy than they could have ever imagined. What's the big deal?
Because if you're in business and you got somebody running up the company credit card where they shouldn't be running up the company credit card,
you can't work this out privately.
Well, apparently not, because now they're canceling some of their big reunion tour or whatever the hell this is, the Freedom Tour. Sorry. So
if they came to Amalie Arena
in Glasgow, you're not going to hear. You're not going to hear Faithfully by Journey. In Leeds, you're not going to hear Any Way You Want It, That's the Way You Need It, Any Way You Want It. Yeah, Any Way You Want It. It's not Any Way You Want It because you're not going to get your damn Journey, so it's not going to be Any Way You Want It. Nope. Fester, man, you'd be a dream person in a business that if you got a partner or an employee that rips you off for $1 million, you're like, so what? It's only $1 million.
It's $1 million. Listen, we start a rock band. We each have, $30 or $40 million in the bank. What's $1 million? What's $1 million between friends?
$1 million is a lot of money, unless you're like, Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. Even then, $1 million. All the Journey songs they're not going to hear on the European leg. Only the young, yeah. And who can forget? Yeah. You can stop believing they're not.
$1?
It depends.
If they did something, would you
Festa's going to say it's all relative.
It's all relative.
Yeah, that's you would.
If you steal me steal a couple $1,000, that's one thing. But if we're in business together and we're making millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars,
well, that's the point. They're probably leaving millions on the table by canceling the tour.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's more of a
PR move,
a principle. No, it's not a PR move or a stunt. It's a principle. What are you just throwing out random words? Yes. Why don't you just say coffee maker? Just blurt out.
Seems like it's more of a waterbed.
Just say kidney stones.
So
just say lawnmower.
Seems like it's more of an acrobatic act.
Last week, Aerosmith canceled.
Just blurt out a random word. Go ahead. Seems like it's
vacuum cleaner.
Yes, exactly. There you go. Now you're talking. Now you're getting the comedy aspect.
Last week, Aerosmith canceled because of a legitimate health issue. And this week, these millionaires
Well, because Steven Tyler lost his voice. His voice is broken.
Hence me saying a legitimate health issue. Now, first of all, has anybody consulted Filipino Steve Perry? Has anybody talked to him? What's he doing?
He's pissed. He's just trying to make his car payment.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
He should do the tour by himself. He's better than all of them combined anyway.
Yeah. He's got an Audi, A6 he just bought. He's just trying to make his lease payment, man.
He bought it pre-owned.
Yeah. No, he bought a brand new one. It's Asian Steve Perry.
Asian Steve Perry.
Exactly. Who does a very good job, by the way. But
Arnell
still, there's no real substitute for Steve Perry. But the Asian Steve Perry replacement dude does a very nice job.
Celebrity Net Worth puts Arnell Pindina, the Filipino lead singer of Journey.
Net worth at $27.
$20 million.
Oh, $20 million. Okay, I read that wrong.
But $20 million. And he's the fill-in since like 2002. These guys must be worth $50 million each, and they're arguing over $1 million.
Hey, there's a report that the Buccaneers rejected a $6 billion offer to buy the team. Come on, that sounds a little far. What is Sportico? Some website called Sportico, the business of sports. NFL's Bucks rejected record $6 billion plus to sell team. Is this a legitimate source? This is out on the 14th. What is today? This is yesterday. So today's the 15th. This is yesterday. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers recently turned down a proposal to buy the franchise for a tick above the $6.05 billion the group led by Josh Harris paid for the Washington Commanders last year, according to someone familiar with the details. If accepted, it would have set a record for the transaction of an NFL team and a global record for control of a sports team. The interest to acquire the two-time Super Bowl champions from the Glazer family came from someone deemed a qualified buyer in NFL parlance, i.e. they could write the check. Sportico wasn't able to identify the potential buyer. The Buccaneers did not return requests for comment. Yeah, the Glazers, or Malcolm, they bought the Bucs in 1995 for then a record $192 million.
Wow.
And the team is worth billions. So Daddy made a good deal.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Also hosing a bunch of people at trailer parks up in Rochester. That's it's a whole other story. But
they're not Bucs fans anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, bottom line here is that true? That the Glazers turned down $6+ billion? Hey, the Lightning is being sold, and we have the story yesterday about Vinnick, shopping or selling controlling interest to that private equity group, which, I'm sorry, folks, private equity is generally
taking over.
Not a good thing. Are you going to throw out random words again?
I said taking over. Taking over.
I thought I said taco stand. I'm sorry.
I did. I did.
All right. So
his hairdresser.
All right. So, no, seriously, you've got Vinnick that it just seems that Vinnick is getting out of town. I mean, he sold his interest in the whole Water Street deal last June. He's got the controlling interest, and it's like, he'll maintain management for a couple of years. But, I mean, the writing's on the wall that Vinnick is going to be maybe totally out or totally minority, and that private equity is going to end up owning the Tampa Bay Lightning. Listen, Vinnick, the divorce is back on again. Does Vinnick need the money? Is the wife taking him for a 50% haircut, shave? Does Vinnick? I mean, I can't imagine he needs the money.
Maybe he just doesn't want to deal with it.
Yeah. Or Vinnick's a smart dude, and he bought the Lightning for what, $100 and something million, and he can sell it for $2 billion valuation.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a good return on your investment.
That's a reason.
Yep.
So NFL team values as of last year, 2023. Do you know what the most expensive NFL franchise is?
Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, it's obvious. What are they saying that's worth? Do you have any idea?
I think I just saw this week that it topped $10 billion.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, this week I think I saw the Cowboys are the first $10 billion team on paper.
That's unbelievable.
And
That's amazing.
The Buccaneers are coming at 24th at $4.2 billion.
Well, apparently, according to the Sportico website, they say that the Bucks turned down a $6 billion plus offer to sell the team.
Wow.
I haven't seen that get a lot of traction. Is this Sportico some really bad source?
I mean, there's very little. There's very little details in this story.
But has anyone else talked about the story? I don't know.
And anybody who has talked about it is just re-referencing the Sportico story.
Hi, my name's Pete Davidson. This message is for Daphna. Thank you so much for making comments publicly that I didn't adopt a dog. I just want to let you know I'm severely allergic to dogs, so I have to get a specific breed. I'm only not allergic to Cavapoos and those type of dogs. And my mom's dog, who was 2 years old, died a week prior, and we're all so sad, so I had to get a specific dog. So why don't you do your research before you create news stories for people, because you're a boring, tired you, and suck my
Ooh, that one was kind of...
this message.
That's a real close edit on all that, man.
all that.
That's Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson, that's an old message he left for PETA, the People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, because they complained that Pete went out and got a designer dog and he should have gone to a shelter, but Pete needed a specific hypoallergenic dog for his situation, so he left that message. The reason why I'm playing that is any opportunity to play that, but Pete is back in the news because Pete canceled all of his Florida dates. He has had a whole stand-up comedy show tour. He had a whole stand-up tour set for numerous stops here in Florida, and he canceled those a couple of weeks ago because he had to check into a mental health facility. He was having some kind of, mental breakdown or some other issue. And listen, I feel bad for Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
He clearly has issues, and he's tormented, and whatever the story is. I wish him a recovery. I hope he can, level out his issues.
Of course.
But the point is, he checked in, and now he's checked out after just 2 weeks. A report surfaced that Pete Davidson has reportedly exited the mental health facility that he checked into just 2 weeks ago. This is according to the U.S. Sun, that he checked himself out of this unnamed institution just a few days ago. Wherever they got the story from was not sure why he sought help in the first place, but claimed he checked in after he had gotten rid of everyone who once surrounded him. So did he have some kind of an episode? Was he flipping out? Was he not happy with his management team? Did he feel like they weren't doing a good job? I mean, was it bringing him all kinds of, anxiety and consternation? Or
if you're around people who are not supporting your mental health, you might have to pluck them out of your life.
Well, that's the claim, that he booted everyone that was surrounding him, that everyone close to him is done. Wow. And then he checks himself into this mental health facility. 2 weeks later, he's checked out. Is that enough time? I got to be honest. This is August 15th. The show here in Clearwater, wasn't that set for like the 20th? When was that show set for?
Let me look it up.
Yeah, I think he was supposed to be at Ruth Eckerd Hall. He was supposed to be down in, I think, Fort Myers. He was supposed to be here in Clearwater. He was supposed to be in Jacksonville. I think he had a West Palm show.
September 21st?
Yeah, it was close.
Oh.
Yeah, so Pete Davidson was supposed to be at Ruth Eckerd Hall on September 21st. Listen, if he checked himself out of the mental health facility 2 days ago, that's plenty of time for him to reschedule.
They're back on.
Back on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Pete's back on. For Pete's sake. So I wonder if he's going to put the tour back together.
He doesn't have any staff. He fired everybody.
Oh, that's right.
Was he going to show up in his car? Hey, guys, I'm here.
Some more news. He got rid of his assistant and best friend after he was the best man at his wedding. He's become a ghost to his circle of friends. So I guess Pete Davidson has written off all those close and around him. The insider also says that Davidson, who's only 30 years old, you wonder if he's going to make it to 35.
Well, that's an awful thing.
No,
Yeah,
listen, I'm being honest.
talking about it.
Okay.
What do you mean it's an awful thing?
Let's
He
not put that into
clearly
the
has all.
universe.
No,
He apparently has all kinds of demons and issues. I mean, this is the kind of person. where, I mean,
you got to keep him on some kind of watch. Somebody's got to mind him in addition to himself, because he has tendencies that are sometimes
self-destructive,
erratic, not helping his mental situation.
I don't want him to do like a Katie Ledecky off the 20th floor balcony of some condo, you know? That's all I'm saying. It is Katie, right? I know it's Ledecky is the last name. Pete, that was a 7.7.
I'm a fan of that joke.
Yeah. Anyway, the insider also says that Pete Davidson has been difficult to work with lately, and at least one of his projects was canceled over his uncommitted behavior. He's too much of a headache. He's just really hard to deal with, not showing up to meetings. It seems that what we see outwardly as chaos, it sounds like there's just a lot of chaos behind the scenes as well. It's too bad. I mean, listen, I'm not the biggest Pete Davidson fan, but clearly the guy has some talent, but he seems to have more demons than talent.
Does he have talent?
All right, so what are you saying?
He's got something.
He's got something. I'm just saying.
What does Pete have, Roxanne? I know you're dying to say it.
I'm not dying to say it. I just said he has something. A charisma.
Charisma. The Riz, right? Yeah. I know you're dying to say it. Go on, say
Pete's rumored to have something.
Yeah. Come on, Roxanne. I know you're dying. I know. I heard it in your voice.
What are you putting words into my voice, into my tone of voice?
What Roxanne wants to say is that the
Let's hear
rumor
you
is
say it.
that Pete Davidson is a giant schlong, okay?
Yeah.
That's what...
That's exactly what I was trying to say.
That's what Roxanne... I know you.
It's exactly what I was getting at.
You can't say to me, you don't know me! You don't know me! You can't say that, because I got you figured out.
He actually knows you perfectly.
I got you totally figured out.
What is that doing? What is that asset of his doing for him? I mean, we're making jokes about it.
He had to take it to rehab.
Yeah.
So what is his giant schlong doing for him? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Putting up quite a scoreboard is what it's doing.
Yeah, he went through a bunch, didn't he?
He sure
He had a little lineup.
Yeah. I'm not shedding too many tears for old Petey boy.
9:20 at the MJ Morning Show. Creepy Mark Zuckerberg story next. Also, we have a passing. We have a delicious passing to talk about.
I'm really sad.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
We have a delicious, tasty passing that we must discuss coming up. Oh, Robin Williams' daughter. Do you know it's been 10 years? They just had the 10th anniversary of the suicide of Robin Williams, and Robin Williams' daughter is trying to dispel this rumor about Robin Williams that will not go away. So we'll get to that next. The George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino fight. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. And Jeff Bezos was just at a location where you were at just a couple of weeks ago, Roxanne. Jeff Bezos probably walked over the exact spot where you walked your little angelic giant schlong loving feet just a couple of weeks ago.
What?
All right.
No one has ever said such offensive language to me.
Maybe that didn't come out right.
Maybe it was offensive.
No.
It was offensive and factual.
Maybe that
My feet, love? What do you think I do?
Maybe that didn't come out right. All right,
I gotta listen back to the tape.
All right, let me try to clean things up when we get back.
Just get out of here. Can we end the show now?
Hold on a minute. Sorry. Back in a second.
You have to put those words in the right order. You realize that.
Punctuation.
Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show. Man, you never know what's going to happen on this thing. Next. Oh, don't forget also, Monday morning at 8 a.m., we launch the MJ Morning Show Inflation Smasher. We're smashing the hell out of inflation and high prices with your chance to win up to $1,000 several times a day beginning Monday here on the MJ Morning Show. Yeah. We are giving away cash. This is a local-only contest, and it's up to $1,000. You get to call up, be the right caller, play the game, and you're going to win cash. You will win cash. How much? Up to $1,000. Oh, nothing less than $500. So, I mean, this is great. Nothing less than $500 could be $1,000. All starts Monday morning right here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. 920. MJ Morning Show. It is Q105, MJ, Fester, Roxanne, and the final segment of the MJ Morning Show here on a Thursday at 9:31. I was just tracking Michelle's airplane ride to New York's LaGuardia Airport. That's LGA. If you're a pilot, it's KLGA.
How's it going?
Looks like she's going to land in 2 minutes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it looks like she's on final right now. Hang on a minute. She is just went over the Brooklyn Museum. Yeah, so she's over Brooklyn right now, about to pop into Queens. And looks like she's just a couple of minutes out from landing at LaGuardia. The question is, did Julian get the email? See, here's the dilemma, folks. And I encourage you to listen to the entire show. Oh, hang on a sec. Michelle just sent me a note. That was good rejoin music. Oh, Michelle's listening on the airplane.
Liked that one.
Good.
Yeah, Michelle must be listening on the Delta free Wi-Fi as a Sky Miles member.
That was Midnight Blue, right?
Yeah, that was Lou Graham's Midnight. Oh, she liked it. I got thumbs up, seal of approval on my Lou Graham, foreigner lead singer. This is one of his solo songs, Midnight Blue. Great song. Yeah, Michelle liked my rejoin music. Anyway, I don't know if Julian has gotten the letter yet. So Michelle flew up to New York this morning to help Julian move from his freshman dorm, which he had for his freshman year, and he was up there all summer doing summer classes, was able to stay in the freshman dorm, but now he moves to a new dorm, and he was supposed to get an email by yesterday or today, the latest, with his move-in time, and then once you get the letter, you have 24 hours to move in. So Michelle is flying up, and what the hell happens if Julian doesn't get the email to move into the new dorm? Hang on.
Oh, no.
Hang on. Let me call Julian. 9:33. I think he should be awake. Yeah, Michelle saying yes on final.
Good morning.
Hey, Julian, it's Dad.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you have the email with your move-in instructions yet?
No, I was actually just texting you. I said no email yet, but keep playing Midnight Blue.
Oh, man, so you like it as well?
Yeah, I think.
Look at this. I got my 20-year-old kid likes Midnight Blue as well by Lou Gramm.
Lou Gramm. He's great.
Look at this. It's fantastic. All right, so, I mean, are you concerned about the email? I mean, Mom lands at LaGuardia in 1 minute.
Yeah, I know. I'm tracking her flight. I'm going to go raid my dining hall for breakfast if she has food so I can get my money's worth. Or, well, you guys can get your money's worth.
Right. Today's your last day there.
All right, but don't you need to, like, maybe call someone and say, hey, my mom is getting off a flight at LaGuardia in 2 minutes, and she's up here to help me move to the... We got a reservation for a rental truck and everything to move all this crap.
Yeah, no, I just sent the follow-up email to the spokesperson that we reached out previously to, and so we'll see if I get a response back.
Did you say that my mom is flying in right now to help me move?
Yeah. Well,
they said you would have your notification before the 16th, right?
Well, they said if you receive a notice August 14th or earlier, you'll be expected to move by August 16th at noon. If you receive a notice August 15th and after, you'll be expected to move within 24 hours of your notice.
But, wait a second.
That's not a lot of time.
Wait a second.
No, it's not.
But
that's why we were like, oh, well, crap.
But wait a minute,
like,
Julian. Wait a sec. You might get an email on Saturday.
No.
I mean, it's possible.
Where does it say? Does it say you will absolutely be notified when to move into your new dorm by a certain date?
It just, well, so the lady says that I anticipate your space being ready no later than August 16th. However, there is a possibility that your dorm will be ready earlier. And then she goes on to say, like, if I receive a notice on like August 14th or earlier, I'll be expected to move by August 16th at noon. And then if you receive a notice August 15th and after, you will be expected to move within 24 hours.
Yeah, but Julian, wait a minute. You guys are on a flight. You're on an early flight out of New York tomorrow morning, August 16th.
Yes, we are.
You may have to move that flight.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why, like, well, let's say I get the email today at noon or like at 1, then I just move in like immediately, like right away.
Well, I hope so. I mean,
because moving in at 1:30.
Are you ready to go? Oh, come on.
Is it go time?
It will be go time as soon as
Mom gets there to help you pack.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, listen, Julian, get a hold of these people and say, listen, my mom is getting off a plane now. Can I move into my new dorm?
He's in college. You can't call and say, my mommy's on a plane.
Yeah, exactly. No, because I was busy in my class from like 9 to 5, so Mom emailed them from her address, from her email address, and they're like, we're sorry, we cannot provide you with any information from an outside email, blah, blah, blah. And like, because Mom had to like plan the flight, so then she literally just copied, I just got Mom landed on Life 360.
I know.
Anyway, so basically we're waiting.
Oh, wait a sec. Mom just sent me a text saying that the reason why Julian's dorm room is not packed because you had a party in your room last night?
I had some friends over last night.
Why did you pack last night?
No, you can ask them. I was packing the entire time we were hanging out.
What kind of lame ass party are you having, Julian?
It was a select few from the big class group.
Hey, Julian.
How many girls?
Yep.
Do you remember what your father said to you?
I mean, you say a lot of things.
Do you remember what your father said?
Yeah.
Your father said...
License either cherry red or midnight blue.
Exactly. That's right. One of the lyrics in this song's great. I want to hear a second. Hang on. I want to hear that lyric. Hang on. Follow through. Oh, all right. Anyway, all right, Julian, I gotta go.
All right.
I hope you get the email, man, because you're supposed to be home tomorrow. All right.
Yeah, tomorrow, and then, I mean, hopefully I get the email today and I can move in this afternoon.
Well, listen, I don't want to deal with, some ridiculous change fee on your airline flight home.
Yeah, no, I know.
All right, I got to run.
All right, I'll call you guys later. I'll keep you updated.
Text me the minute. Hopefully, you get the move-in email. Okay.
All right, we'll do.
Or maybe just show up and just move in.
Yeah, but I have to. I won't even be let in through security. I gotta swipe my ID.
Yeah, you just jump the gate. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Turnstile.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye.
Bye bye. All right, Roxanne. Where did I leave things with you?
You left somewhere describing my feet. Pete Davidson's.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That you probably walked in the same spot that Jeff Bezos just walked.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez were just at the Trevi Fountain in Rome throwing their coins. What, do you got to throw 3 coins with your right hand, right?
I believe so. Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah. So Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, she hasn't had any plastic surgery. They were just spotted at the Trevi Fountain, and you were just there with Dig Dug, what, a month ago?
We were there. We came back on July 1st. Yeah, so we were there at the end of June. And we went to the Trevi Fountain. We did the throw the coins in the fountain thing.
Mm-hmm.
We were only in Rome for about a day and a half. Most of the time bouncing around Capri and Amalfi Coast. But yeah, it seems like Italy is a hot spot for people this summer.
Italy's
a lot of people
great.
are going there.
Our favorite place. We love Florence, Firenze.
I haven't been there.
Yeah. Oh, you go to Italy, you don't go to Florence?
No, we did Southern.
Amateurs.
All
right. Here we go.
Just an amateur traveler.
This is creepy. Mark Zuckerberg has unveiled a giant life-size statue of his wife.
Oh, wow.
What?
I got to see this.
This is... Hey, guess what? Do a search. The picture will come up. This is creepy. This is nuts. So, Mark Zuckerberg has shared a photo of a statue of his wife, Priscilla Chan. I mean, this is the creepiest looking thing. Her body, her face, her hair, it's like oxidized Statue of Liberty, like that bluish green coppery, when copper oxidizes, that's the color. And then there's all kinds of crazy, swirly, some kind of Marvel Comics. I don't know what the hell this is. This is awful. This is, I don't know what I'm looking at, folks.
How uncomfortable.
This is weird. If you want to see this,
it's a very artistic piece.
Mark Zuckerberg's wife, huge statue that he unveiled. Just go to Google or Bing or DuckDuckGo or wherever and just type in Mark Zuckerberg unveils statue of wife and take a look at this thing. I'm like, what the hell?
Fester, how would you feel if Allison did one of those for you?
I mean, I'd hope it'd be a little bit chubbier, but I think this is quite the homage to her.
It's a giant copper oxidized green-blue statue.
With the silver stuff
she's
flying.
wearing, that's like a robe. She's wearing this silver swirling metallic robe. I'm like, if you look at it, when you go to a restaurant and sometimes they put your leftovers in aluminum foil and then the waiter turns it into a swan.
That's exactly what it looks like. I can see the duck.
That's what I'm talking about.
There's the bill. There's the tail feathers.
Duh, that's why I'm bringing it. When was the last time? When was the last time you were at a restaurant where the waiter made the takeaway thing into an aluminum foil swan?
When I went to Benihana.
Is that what they do it there?
Yeah.
I don't even know who does that anymore, but I know I've seen it. Yeah. Wow. But this is creepy. Hey, this is weird. This is very, very odd.
Weirder than the sculpture.
Yeah, what time is it? I got time here. All right, stations, we're going to go late today. So attention all MJ affiliates, we're going to go a little late. There's an item, this is like a 20-page item. At least it printed out on my printer, 20 pages. I killed a tree printing this out. The Tampa Bay Times yesterday did a story about the rudest convenience store, smoke shop guy, whatever the hell you want to call it, dude on the planet. They have this long piece. There's a place called Tubular Tokes.
Where's that?
It's on Central Avenue in St. Pete, and I guess he has a reputation of being like the rudest. He's like the soup Nazi of smoke shops. He tells customers to get the F out and, move. This is nuts. Tubular Stokes is owned by Skylar Strickland. Strickland's reputation for rudeness arose almost as soon as the shop opened 6 years ago. Customers seeking a pack of smokes or a bag of Cheetos said the 35-year-old owner has told them bluntly to move. You're taking up space. Hurry up or speak English. One woman told the Tampa Bay Times that she lined up for a road trip for snacks and was greeted with, "What are you waiting for, mother bleeper?" Another first-timer was taken aback at hearing, here's your stuff, S-bomb, instead of thank you. Yeah, Tubular Tokes at 2428 Central Avenue in St. Pete. You know what we ought to do?
What?
Go there?
Yeah, we ought to send some people in live on the air with cell phones and hear the guy. I'll have to have my finger on the dump button. Unless it's a news story, then it could be like a fleeting news curse word,
Uh-huh.
Have you guys heard of this place?
No, yeah, Fester and I frequented after the show.
Yeah,
well, listen, we're all Hillsborough County residents. I live in South Tampa. Fester lives in L.A.
Yeah,
the Lutz area. Roxanne, you're in Wesley. You're in West Chase.
Mm-hmm. It sounds tubular, dude. Sounds like a fun place.
This guy says all publicity is good publicity in a Jersey accent.
Listen, the guy doesn't care, and some things are offensive to some, but it's his place. If you don't like it, don't shop there.
A guy named Jonathan Espinoza recounted being called a basic bitch while buying a vape.
I'd have to see Jonathan Espinoza before I make that judgment.
And see his purchasing choices.
I don't know that he's wrong.
Strickland believes customers want a sense of urgency more than a butt-kissing clerk.
That's right.
He also said that his Asperger's syndrome, a mild form of autism, makes him blunt. Hurry up, mother bleeper, I'd say. Rachel Jones, 50, was furious when she was called grandma. Gabrielle Oliver, 56, says she's dyslexic and was asked, "Are you stupid?" for seeking help with a vape battery. She's asking about the battery for her vape pen, and the guy says, "Are you stupid?" Oh my God.
Seems like a legitimate question.
Oh, no. Matthew May was excited. Matthew May was excited to buy his first legal hemp 4 Loco on his 21st birthday, and Strickland addressed him with a gay slur.
Nice.
What?
That's awful.
My God.
All right, which one?
Oh, my God. We got to go there. All right, what tubular tokes.
Just to get insulted.
Tubular Tokes is located at 2428 Central Avenue in St. Pete. Oh, man, we got to test that place out.
Sounds like a great place.
All right, we have a passing to talk about. Final moments here on the MJ Morning Show. I got 2 quickies, maybe 3. We have a passing to talk about. Very sad. Fester, this is really right up your alley because I'm sure you've had this guy in your mouth many times.
Many times. Few guys I've had in my mouth less than I've had this man in my mouth.
Who am I talking about?
Famous Amos.
Yep.
Wally Amos.
Wally Famous Amos.
Great little cookie.
Wally Amos. He died Tuesday. Died Tuesday at the ripe old age of 88. Famous Amos cookies.
It seems like they've always been around.
Well, listen, they've been around since the mid-1970s.
Yeah, my whole life I've Famous Amos cookies.
Yep. He opened the first Famous Amos on Sunset Boulevard in L.A. in 1975. You know, he got loans from Marvin Gaye and Helen Reddy.
To get
Helen Reddy, what the hell did she sing? Did she do Delta Dawn? What's that flower you got on?
That was Tanya Tucker.
No, it wasn't. Helen Reddy songs.
I'm Googling it right now.
I think Helen Reddy did Delta Dawn.
Wait, I just found, Australian-American singer? Is that who she is?
Helen Reddy, R-E-D-D-Y.
Yeah.
I am woman, hear me roar. Yeah, she did Delta Dawn. That was her.
Her first single was One Way Ticket. Does that sound familiar?
Hey, Fester, don't question me.
All this time, I thought Delta Dawn was sung by Tanya Tucker and it's sung by Helen Reddy.
Yeah, Helen Reddy did. Listen, I was a little termite listening to Music Radio 77.
The best music, WABC.
Yeah, Delta Dawn. They used to play that song. Delta Dawn, what's that flower you got on? Anyway, he got a loan from some celebrities, opened a cookie shop, and now he's dead at 88. Rest in peace.
Bette Midler, Tanya Tucker, and Helen Reddy all sang Delta Dawn.
Oh, and don't forget the Beastie Boys did it also.
Yes.
Yeah! They did a version of
Delta Dawn.
Yeah. What's that flower you have on? All right. So Robin Williams' daughter is trying to dispel this.
What, Zelda Williams?
Is that her name? Is it Zelda? Yeah, it is Zelda.
Yeah.
You're right. So here's the deal. Robin Williams' daughter is trying to finally put to bed this rumor. So Robin Williams, unbelievably, has been gone for 10 years after taking his own life. And apparently there's this rumor that Robin Williams had a pet monkey.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard that rumor. Have you heard that rumor?
Big, giant rumor. No, I've never heard that rumor. But she's on a mission to let everyone know that Robin Williams never had a pet monkey.
All right, MJ, here is a dead-ass photo of Robin Williams smiling with a gray beard.
And a monkey.
But this is the happiest monkey I've ever seen in my whole life.
But it's not his monkey.
It's just a friend.
Yes, Andrew.
Just a
I
friend.
think he was so hairy, people thought they saw a monkey.
Yeah, he was a hairy guy. You're absolutely right. 100%. And then the whole little controversy with George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino. So Quentin Tarantino did some kind of interview where he said that he didn't really think that George Clooney was a movie star as compared to like Brad Pitt. And then Clooney was doing an interview, was asked about it, and he said that Quentin said some bleep about me recently, so I'm a little irritated. And George Clooney told Quentin Tarantino to bleep off.
Yeah, seriously. What is George?
George Clooney is the nicest guy, so when he says that to someone, they probably deserve it.
Yeah. All right, we got to roll. But if you look at George Clooney's movie list, it's not as big as like Brad Pitt's and others.
I don't know. I interviewed both of them in person. He's a big star.
All right, we got to roll. But I think Quentin is saying that George Clooney's not quite as big of a movie star as maybe he thinks he is. Anyway, that elicited a bleep off. 9:51 at the MJ Morning Show. Folks, have a fantastic day. We'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, and let's be careful out there.